Hello, everybody, and welcome on this splendid Saturday to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. I hope everybody is doing well. My name is Adef, and I am so thrilled to bring everybody here a really exciting show today. We are watching the Crypt of the Necrodancer Online Racing League, also known as CONDoR. The playoffs are this weekend, so both today and tomorrow. And after the playoffs, we'll also be showcasing some Dark Souls speedruns later, but don't worry about that. Right now, we're all locked in on CONDoR. I am joined by two wonderful members of the CONDoR community, Elad and Tic Tac Foe, who will be taking it away, your hosts for today, and I can't wait. So everybody get some hype in the chat, and Elad and Tic Tac Foe, take it away.
Thank you, Adef. Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to CONDoR. I am so honored and excited to be here with Tic Tac as we guide this giant CONDoR bird through the finals. It's going to be an amazing day. An amazing weekend of racing. And I think we really just want to get right into it, right, Tic Tac?
Yeah, let's get this moving. I'm ready.
So we've got our stats up on the screen right now between our first two racers. It's going to be our top seed, Tuffafo, versus NDT or DT, who is our 8th seed coming into these finals. You've got all the stats in front of you. It obviously is heavily predicted to be Tuffafo, but because this is a very random game, as it is a roguelike, anything can happen, and we'll certainly get into all of the exciting details of what it means to race CONDoR, or race Necrodancer, as we get into the match. I think that's probably, we're good to get started. If anyone has any questions, I've got chat open. I think a big part of this game is the fact that it is a little bit dense to look at first. But trust me, we're here to help. And it's a really wonderful game. And we've been running for 10 whole years racing it, and it's only getting better and faster. So yeah, I think we can probably get moving. We don't want to hold up any longer.
Yeah, feel free to, kick the show off whenever you're ready.
All right. Cool. So we're going to get our racers to ready up, and then we're going to get going. We are going to be starting in the winner's bracket, which is a good place to start because we don't have any losers yet. I don't know if it's possible to post the bracket somewhere, but we do have a bracket.
If you send it to me, I can post it.
Perfect. All right. I'll put it in our chat in a second. Great. So we're going to get going, and the race is going to start in 3, 2, 1, 0. Maybe some delay. There we go.
likely
we're
some delay.
We're going. A little bit of delay. That's all good. But yeah, we are underway here. Tic Tac, do you want to give a little brief on how this game works?
Yeah, sure. So we're playing Crypt of the Necrodancer, and we're playing as the main character, Cadence. And the neat thing about Crypt of the Necrodancer is you're playing to the music. So every beat is a turn for essentially your enemy and your playable character. And you got to keep the beat. You got to move around the dungeon. You upgrade your character's equipment, fight bosses, and you finish your run when you defeat the Necrodancer. And that's what the race between the two are attempting to do. The first one to defeat the Necrodancer and head down the stairs will be declared the winner.
Right. It is his crypt after all, and we're here to storm it, I guess. The story doesn't super matter in this game. What matters is this game is really fun to play, and it has such great variety that after playing 2,500 hours of this game, I still see new things all the time. And watching countless more hours. But yeah, they're already moving into zone 2 here. So let's talk a little bit about how this game organizes itself. There are 5 zones. They're kind of like Spelunky. So you've got your cave zone, then you've got your sort of jungle-y zone here. And so we're going to be moving through 5 zones. Each zone has 3 levels, and there is a boss floor. Everything about this game is procedurally generated, but these racers have played so much of this game, they have a keen understanding of how the maps are generated, and they start to work their way through it. But I guess it's worth talking about what these racers have actually strung together here in terms of a build.
Yeah, it looked like Tough was working a blood crossbow for a little bit, which is a pretty unseen weapon in the racing community, but you kind of use what you got. But we have fully switched over to a glass build, which is high damage, high risk. And meanwhile, DT has been kind of working this base spear, which is low damage, but it's safer.
Yeah, DT's definitely a little behind the 8 ball here in terms of what Tough has put together. But of course, with that risk, as you alluded to, if Tough takes too many hits, Tough will lose the glass and not have a weapon and have to pick up the shard and hopefully be able to fight. And of course, when you pick up a shard, it's just a 1 damage dagger all over again. And we're actually seeing the total build swap there for DT as well. And so DT's going to be moving on through. Now, as we're stitching together races, and we're going to see a number of these kinds of races. They do go rather quickly, but you'll certainly get used to how they all play out. But some of the main things you're looking for is you want mobility. So finding a better shovel is always good for that. And in this case, our racers have found the miner's cap, and that's going to be a common item that racers are going to take when they see it. And that allows you to auto dig the walls, so you don't have to spend time or beats digging through those walls. It also synergizes really nicely with the current shovel that they have, the battle shovel. And you'll see anytime that a racer walks next to a wall, that battle shovel is going to light up, and that means their next attack is infinite damage, which is good. But
a lot of damage.
Infinite is like a lot, but you got to keep track of your damage and know that you're killing. I think in this case, since they also have this glass rapier, which does a lot of damage as well. They can kind of just assume they're just going to kill things, and then you don't have to worry about it. I know that something that's going to come up an awful lot through these is the concept of brain ram. It's something we've talked about in the community a lot, and it's just the mental load, the cognitive load you have as you play this game. And I think, honestly, what makes these particular racers, truly great is their ability to just put a lot of that stuff aside and be able to focus on the things that really matter rather than all the extra little details, while still keeping in mind what their build is, how much damage they're doing, and all that.
Yeah, another thing to add to that brain ram is the racers are encouraged to watch their opponent, to see what they're doing, see what direction they're going, see what kind of build they're making, and that's kind of why we probably saw DT switch to that glass build to keep up to Tough here.
Yeah, that's right. Unlike a lot of racing leagues, we heavily encourage screen watching. We think that it adds a lot to this particular game in terms of rubber banding mechanics. You can, if you're behind. Okay, we got a runner here. DT has broken and did manage to recover, but took a lot of damage, but broke the weapon and is now working with a 1 damage dagger, which is unfortunate, especially given that Tough is now already into Zone 5, the final zone. This is the DLC zone from Amplified, the electricity zone. So, yeah, DT's definitely in a pretty rough spot right now. And it's going to be requiring or relying on Tough to go down. Now, we do have everyone's favorite mini-boss coming up, Deadringer. There's like a mini-boss before the Necrodancer who will end runs very quickly at like light
and
speed,
dreams.
So, yes. And obviously the racers have built up a lot of, we've learned a lot of strats for how to fight Deadringer right now. Because Deadringer spawned on the right side, we have what we call the easy left side. And it's gonna scoot around, and that's actually a very easy fight for Deadringer. But sometimes, and I'm sure we'll see it, Deadringer is gonna go off the rails, and it was a fun time for the crowd.
Oh. DT doing a walk of shame there, got a swagga suit in their black chest.
Yeah,
after giving up their dagger.
Picking up armor when you're checking those black chests. The black chest typically has weapons in it, but it also can have armor. And so if you're trying to find a weapon and you're given armor, it's a sad day. All right, and this is the Necrodancer fight. It's going to go fast. Don't worry, though. This game, we're doing a best of 5 here, but that is going to be tough. Taking the first round in a blistering, holy moly, I didn't see how fast that was.
Wow, yeah.
That's a 6:18 in-game, I think. I don't speak Welsh. But that's actually insane.
That's very, very fast.
Like, DT was going very fast, and DT was struggling through. But with all the breaking of the glass and stuff. But that is so fast to start. I cannot believe it. Wow. All right. So 1 win to Tough in this best of 5. Incredible.
Yeah, really well done. Throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah, that's part of why Tough was top seed here. Though I'm not actually, I meant to check this. I wish I did. I'm sure someone in chat has these stats in terms of like this is CONDoR 15, as you can see on the screen there. So this is our 15th season. And they've all been, I mean, obviously the first few weren't quite as competitive, but they've really ramped up in competitiveness over the years. And so we've really got some of the tippy top fastest racers that have ever played this game. And yeah, what I was going to ask is, I don't know if Tough actually has won a season yet.
I don't know off the top of my head either. I know Tough's been in all of them, though.
Yeah, Tough has probably raced the most CONDoR out of everybody. But I'm not sure if Tough has actually won, and I feel bad not knowing that, but I actually don't think so. DT has not, but DT has always ranked pretty highly in the seasons. And DT, I think, coming from the Spelunky community, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that is correct. DT is very well known over on that Spelunky game.
Yeah, and that's nice. We do have some partnerships with our fellow roguelikers community out there, so that's really nice.
Early
Wait, Tough has
blood
one? Oh,
here.
shoot. I'm sorry, Tough. Oh, it's been a year and a half since our last season, so... All right, so we're getting underway here. This is the sort of jockeying for position part of the run, where you can see racers are peeking around trying to find builds. And over these years, we've had quite an interesting shift in the meta over time. Originally, it was don't farm, just go. Just go as fast as you can and rely on your boss chests. This is if you fight the bosses and defeat them flawlessly, you can get an item. And if you get a decent weapon, then that's all you need. And then you just go. But we have, since the game has been updated and there's been a lot of balances and those kinds of things, it's definitely a lot harder to just plow through low percent. So you can see the racers spent a little bit of time looking around, really not too much to show for it. They're both going to do this throw bomb strategy here on Coral Rift, which you can do in the early versions of Coral Rift. As the bosses are random, they change a little bit. And there is that plate armor again.
Nice.
So both racers with their base dagger, not what they want, but they haven't seen any good weapons yet. And they're going to take that. But there's a pretty interesting synergy they've got right now. So with the Ring of Regen, that's that green ring they've got, they're going to heal up 1 health per floor. And then they've also got this heavy, or not heavy, but this armor, this plate mail. And that is going to mean that they don't take a lot of damage. So they're going to be very healthy. And so with the blood drum, which is an item you can use, they've got in that HUD there, you can do infinite damage after you hit it, but it does damage you. But because you can heal, that's not a problem. But that's all moot because now they have Glass Rapier.
Yeah, we've moved on from that bit of a build. Yeah, we're back on Glass Rapier too, and we're seeing DT going to destroy Freddy's shop here because heavy glass is in there. Different armor set, which will protect other glass items for 3 hits.
Yeah, so that glass armor is specifically designed to protect your glass, and so that's what we're going to see. That was actually a huge find for DT, and even though DT's falling a little behind here and Tough is pushing ahead, DT's protection here is going to be pretty substantial. Any hit to Tough is going to break that Glass Rapier, that really strong weapon, but hits to DT can take 3 hits before it, well, I guess 4 hits before it breaks.
Yeah, and being in kind of a trailing position that DT's in is good too, because you can collect information from your opponent, like what's in the black chest or purple chest, and do I want to skip that or not? And it looks like DT opted to skip and just catch up here.
Yeah, and that's nice. Yeah, you can do drafting in this style of racing, and which is weird because it's not like a motorsport. But you can draft your opponent for sure, and sticking behind them a little bit. But you just have to have the slight build advantage to slingshot past them if you can. Tough there. killing the thief we lovingly call Kevin, and but it didn't drop anything too good. DT's going to take out Kevin as well, and it's just a yeah. And in case anyone's wondering, it is the same Kevin as the Kevin blocks from Celeste.
Block.
Yeah, another thing about the drafting we should mention before Zone 3 is too far in the rearview mirror, but Zone 3 is renowned for being the hardest zone to map. And so if you can use your opponent to find where the exits are, that's really useful. And a solid little bomb play there from Tuff to make sure those Blade Masters don't cause any problems. Tuff really has to be careful not to take a hit here. Any hit could be the end of this run. And so Tuff is playing fast and loose a little bit here with this Glass Rapier, but needing to just keep ahead. And we can see that DT now getting onto the same floor, Zone 4-2. You'll see in the bottom right-hand corner. If you're curious where the racers are, it tells you on the map. Hopefully it's okay to see on this layout. Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
DT's been using the Blast Helm really well in Zone 4 here. It protects from blast damage from bombs and what have you.
Yeah, Blast Helm's really good. There is a few explosive enemies in this zone, so not having to worry about them, again, alleviates some brain ram. Oh, and for some reason, there was no sarcophagus in that bus room, so yeah. DT was able to just leave.
Maybe a Bomber Goblin got taken out.
And funny, by all accounts here, Tuff, has the worst build and is really scrapping through on a dangerous build, but Tuff is a racer who can handle this. And oh my goodness, the dodges that Tuff is having to do right now to avoid all of these enemies, the exact perfect inputs. That's incredible.
That double split on the skeletons was great.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, it created like a whole cha-cha line or whatever that's called. Oh, and Tuff now with the perfect play on that Courage Shovel. And you can see DT has taken now 2 hits on that heavy glass armor and turned it into a glass bib. Yeah, the plays are just bananas right now. Okay, and that is all broken now for DT. The vest is gone. DT is just on, as we call, naked glass. And keeping it close. And with that shield, it's a shield of reflection. That is a quick kill on Dead Ringer. But again, we're going to see those easy left side. But we're not seeing it right now for DT. We're actually seeing it get off the rails a little here.
No.
DT, I think, was trying to do a blood drum into a reflection shield play, and it's just not lining up properly. And that was an exceptionally long Dead Ringer. Should have stuck with the scoots.
Yeah, sometimes like the finesse kills, like with the fancy items, seems like a good idea, but the tried and true always is, it's helpful.
Yeah, it's easy to think that the boss fights are really simple, but like 7 years ago when they introduced enemy variants and boss variants, things get pretty mixed up sometimes. And we are going to have Tuff here strolling in with a solid sub-8. Imagine we're going to see a lot of those. And you can see just how close this race was.
Wow.
As DT just finished there, less than 10 seconds behind. But it is going to go to Tuff, and Tuff takes 2 of this best of 5. Incredible.
Really clean Necrodancer fights from both racers.
I am a big fan of scoots. I mean, I would not be such a long-time Necrodancer fan if I didn't love the scoots. I think a big part of this game, it's a good game to play casually. Some people score run it, but it really is predominantly a speedrunning game. And we've sort of catered to that a little with our racing league. But yeah, I love the scoots. Not all I love, but we'll find out maybe. Particular things I love. All right.
More Elad lore.
Elad lore, yeah. Yeah, one thing we gotta watch out for, because when you have a community that's so teeny tiny, it's so easy for all these little in jokes and things to pop up. So apologies in advance, but we'll do our best to we're not an exclusive community. We want to be nice and open, and so if anyone's confused, question marks in the chat. That'll do wonders. So we're gonna get things started here with a Shriner,
Instinct 2.
Yeah, totally in sync here, and they're both going to be taking this Shrine of Darkness. Now, the Shrine of Darkness is something that a lot of new players are like, why would you ever take this? It's so hard to see, but these racers are so good at identifying things quickly that they can handle this Ring of Darkness because the upsides of the shrine are really, really strong. It gives you a couple of items up in the HUD, so we've got a map and a compass. And also, it gives you the Ring of Darkness, which you can use to steal from the shop. And we just witnessed all the theft here from Tough. And we're going to see it from DT as well.
Pretty solid start here. Already into 1-2, and we almost have half a full build. Extra health. Mapping, It's good stuff.
Yeah, this is the value of the Shrine of Darkness, for sure. And actually, that was a perfect example, I think, of the fact that these racers are screen watching, because DT was on his way to the exit when Tough went and basically cleaned out all the shops, and so you could hear the brakes, the U-turn as NT turned around and went to make sure to equalize that build, because DT was running just base dagger right now. Tough would be just zooming past, but now they both have a obsidian broadsword, some armor, mapping, and a holstered spear even for throws, which is cool.
A lot of the early Zone 1 boss fights have quick kills with throwable weapons, so having that option is very helpful.
Yep. Yeah, so a holster, quite an interesting item, something you don't see a lot of use. Oh, we're going to see a throw here from Tough. Tough actually throws to clear out some of the crowd in front of Fortissimo, the unholy moly. And yeah, you see DT does the same strat. And now DT has the information of what is in the purple chest, and it is a pulse spell, which is a really, really strong spell. 5 damage in an X pattern around you, so you can attack diagonally, which at times is really hard to do in this game. So that's a useful spell to clear out enemies, as we're going to see these racers use quite a bit. And 5 damage, just having 5 damage on command is really strong. Also worth mentioning, one of the mechanics we'll probably see these racers use a lot, something we'll probably talk a lot about, is blood magic. So that's something that you can cast spells more than once, but the second time it's going to start to hurt you until you charge that spell back up. A little bit of time here for DT checking this locked shop. And really, it wasn't fruitful. Usually those locked shops, they're shops where there's no door, you have to bomb in. Usually they've got goodies, but no goodies here.
Yeah, a bit of an anti-synergy too with those floaty boots. We can't throw our weapon anymore because it takes over the quick action.
Yeah, there's only so many buttons this game uses. It was originally designed to play on a dance pad, so it only allows the up-down input to be used by one thing, and that's the floaty boots or the holster, I think. Or no, I don't know. I don't know where we're at here with because there's a holster,
a few of them, yeah.
There's throwing and floaties. It looks like the floaties can be toggled based on just what's on the HUD.
Yep, you can turn them on and off, which is great.
But cannot throw. So we're gonna holster instead. Actually, DT just picked up a really fast weapon. This is the Cat 09 Tails, and what's good about it, is, similarly to the rapier we saw in the previous 2 races, is that it is a move attack weapon. And anytime you can do 2 actions at the same time, like we said with the Miner's Cap earlier, you can move and attack, and so you can continue to move towards the exit while still killing enemies around you. So yeah, the Cat, awesome. My favorite weapon. Good to see. And it is glass, so it's a 4 damage weapon, but will break if And so, Tic Tac, what just happened?
Speaking of awesome, back to that Ring of Darkness, Tough just spent a lot of time in a conjure shop, which DT is in right now. And since we have that darkness ring, everything can be conjured for free, and we can make the build we want. And Tough ended up with a very fast and protected and big damage dealing build. It's everything we want.
Yeah, and so DT's in the unfortunate situation of being a little bit behind here and needs to basically try and build that build up as close as possible. Maybe cut a few corners to gain a little speed. But yeah, this is going to be really difficult for DT to catch up because this is such a fast build here for Tough.
We got a potion on the way on 4-2 that'll heal you all the way up if you lose all your hearts. Good defensive health insurance.
Yeah, it was good to find those potions. There's always one potion or vault per seed, but they're usually missed, I would say. But when it's found, it's always a nice little bit of reassurance. And you can see this. So another really important item that we see that Tough has, but DT does not, is the Ring of Courage. You'll see every time Tough kills an enemy, he'll also dash forward, and that dash is safe. You do not take damage on that dash. And so if you can keep killing enemies, you will never take damage. Just every beat, just kill an enemy. Just do that.
Yeah, just do that.
Tough doing some funny digs there. Tanking the walls. But with the big dig making it happen. Yeah, big dig is a +1 damage. So right now, Tough is doing... it depends. I mean, this is an obsidian rapier. Obsidian has variable amounts of damage depending on your multiplier. There's a coin multiplier, which I think is just a relic of the fact that this is a rhythm game. They put a multiplier in, which it doesn't use a lot. Ooh, a double pulse strat here on
Nice.
Dead Ringer. Well handled there. That would have been a different story if Tough had a weapon that could snag, like a flail or a whip or something like that. Although if Tough had a whip at this point, I'd be surprised. And I like that Tough switched over to the broadsword there to take care of the little mummy turnips on the on the stage. The little tiny efficiencies here. Oh, bolstered the... I've never seen that before. Bolstered the loot. So for this boss fight, you need to pick up the loot off of the stage, and then the Necrodancer gets mad about you taking his loot, and then you attack him with it. That's what we saw there. So with a just a boss fight separating the two, Tough is going to take this in a clean 3-0 over DT with all sub 8s and that one, what was it, a 618? Nuts. How fast.
Yeah, that first one, very, very commanding showing here from Tough.
Incredible. Yeah. Wow. GG's. Congrats to Tough. So the way this works, it is a... I think we've got, yeah, there it is. Thank you, Church, for posting that. That's our challenge, the bracket. And so, yeah, you can look at where we're at in the tournament. We just got started, so you made it on time. Thanks for being here. And Tough is going to move on to the winners semifinals, I think is the term. I don't know. Maybe winners. I don't know. Whatever. The next round.
It is now. Yeah.
And DT is going to drop down to the losers bracket, but is not out. And in previous seasons, we have seen racers go from first round losers right to the finals. And I would love to see that. So DT is certainly not out here. All right. So I think we're just going to do a quick swap over to the next race. I think we can put up maybe the stats for the next two racers.
Yeah, do you want to do that?
Right.
Yeah, I think we can get that right now. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break. I think it's also losers or winners quarters. I think that's how that works. Because finals
sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's quarters. Tournament structures are weird.
Yeah, I don't know the terms, but hey, Church, it's nice to
Hi,
have you here.
Hello,
welcome. We've got a magical transformation.
So yeah, magical transformation. Adef went to church. Hi, everybody. We are going to.
So we will want to swap this screen over because it's going to be Royal Goof versus BGM next. So if anyone has control over it, you just click the names and then swap them to Goof and BGM. Sorry, Goof Custom, I should say. All right, there they are. So those are the stats. We have a nice little clip. That's from the season. something kind of fun, some fun shenanigans they got themselves into. I love Goofs. I think Goofs is one of the funniest clips we've had this season. Using the Berserk spell and getting constantly monkeyed. Pretty funny. But yeah, you can see here, Goof, of course, longtime racer, been around forever, ever. Has both racers have insanely good PBs here, right around 6 minutes. Really wild. I guess in terms of their matchups, it was Goof taking BGM out in the season, but of course, like I said last time, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go that way. This time, this is live, not pre-recorded. It does look like the outcome is leaning Goof, but it is not necessarily all Goof here. This is, I believe, our 2nd and 7th seed. But all these racers have a really keen shot at it. Yeah. So whenever we're ready to get things going, we can do that. I don't think either of them have won a season. You can see that Goof has a season XIV, which is our 14th season. Don't pay any attention to that there was a season 14. But season XIV was 3rd place.
We're ready to swap over the break and get everything started. Or everything set up, yeah. So we're going to take a quick break, everybody, just so we can get the next racer set up and everything good. So we'll be back in just a few minutes here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Today we have the CONDoR community, Crypt and the Necrodancer, organized races, rather. They have their playoffs today, so we're showcasing their runs, and we have 2 of their commentators here. If you want to reintroduce yourselves and get right into it.
Sure, I'm Elad. Hi, everybody.
I'm Tic Tac Foe. Hello.
All right, and I think, we're going to be getting ready to go here. So just take a quick gander here at the stats. This is stats where, of course, we had 5 weeks of racing prior to this to narrow it down to these races. I think we had like 52 or so racers throughout the season, and this is our top 8. And Goof and BGM are 2 of those top 8, Goof being our 2nd seed and BGM being our 7th seed. And we are going to see them race right now in a best of 5. Winner's going to move on to face Tufflefo, who just won the last race. Yes. And then the loser is going to be moving down to face NDT, who just lost in the last race. All right. So, if we want to swap over and let's get this underway. Also, before it flips over, I apologize for Goofs. Font.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about the newest update to Necrodancer is there's a lot of custom mobility to the game. But yeah, Goofs is quite unique.
Double-edged sword, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, race is going to be coming down the pipe into 3, 2, 1. There it is. All right, I got that timing now. All right, we got Goof Custom on the left and BGM on the right. BGM, who's been somebody who's played this game forever, but was a little later than most to get part of the CONDoR scene, but now is a staple. And Goof, of course, has been around forever. And has done some amazing racing and made it very far in most seasons. So I expect a lot from both these racers.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
So on the first floor, you're always going to find some kind of secret shop. Generally, it's the blood shop, which is where you pay your health for items, and that is what we're going to see here. And I wonder if we've got extra bombs. So to aggro this shopkeeper, you have to attack him in some way. And the typical way is just to throw your dagger, but it's dangerous because he teleports randomly and could just kill you. But what I love about this start, I'm going to say, there's the rapier and the cat, which are both extremely fast weapons, but they're gold, which is 1 damage. So I was kind of hoping one would take the rapier and one would take the cat. We could have that finally solved, which one's better, but both took rapiers, so maybe that does solve it. Maybe it's just rapier's better.
Perhaps they were just drafting and wanted to stay on the same.
Yeah, stay on parity, absolutely. Yeah, That's a great point, Tic Tac. Sometimes you want to, because there's certain items that work better with cats and certain items that work better with rapiers. So wanting, if you get the Ring of War, it is so much better for the rapier. And that is an item they'll be looking for. Yeah, Goof actually, going back, he got a coupon, which means you're going to get an item for free and is going to buy that chainmail.
Nice grab.
That's a good pickup. That was a long walk away, but you'll also notice that Goof found the miner's cap, something that we had in that very first extremely fast race. And now there is auto digging for Goof.
I think BGM missed it. It came from a shrine.
Oh, yeah. That's really unfortunate. So BGM's going to have to scrap together something here. Is ahead, but that miner's cap is incredibly good. Something I did want to mention earlier is that gold weapons are different from base weapons. They both do the same amount of damage unless you just step on gold. Oh, and an unfortunate find for BGM there. That black chest, forced to check first, couldn't draft Goof, and checks black for some kind of better weapon, and instead it's going to be that titanium broadsword, so not interested in that. So that gives Goof the free check on the purple, but it doesn't matter. It's a pretty meh item, the crossbows. So no harm there on that boss chest.
I know Goof's a big fan of drafting in Zone 1, Zone 2, so I'm curious if we'll see that in the next races.
Yeah, it does seem like maybe that run back to get the chainmail, which was kind of like a, it was an all right play. Like having armor is good, but it was a long ways away. But maybe that was just to set up the draft.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Quick Zone 2 for BGM, though. Already on to Participle.
Yeah, maybe all you need is a gold rapier. I think we're going to, with the ring, do you check black or do you check? We're going to be checking black here.
Yeah.
Glass broadsword.
You got the armor for it.
You can see the indecision in BGM's movement there, sort of wiggling back and forth. Not too sure. It's definitely a slower weapon, but with the damage, maybe that'll help. That's tricky. Yeah, you want damage, but you also like those move attack weapons. And you can see Goof's just like, forget about it. I'm not even going to check these boss chests. I'm just jumping down the stairs. And Goof is now like basically on the same square as BGM after that move. Amazing.
It's crazy how much time you can make up just from skipping those chests. Really
and
good.
That's 100% the that's 100% the drafting from Goof, knowing that it wasn't really worth checking that chest. Didn't want the glass, but still's only got 1 damage. Scratch that. Gonna be picking up a shield of strength. That gives you +1 damage in the shield slot. Shield will prevent you from taking a hit if you jump into an enemy that's jumping into you.
That's one of the new items in Synchrony, correct?
Yes. Yeah, Synchrony is a pretty recent DLC, so even though this game is like close to 10 years old, it's still in active development and kind of incredibly, I mean, we don't have to get into the whole, it's worth looking into what has happened to this game because essentially it was completely rewritten by a fan and then that turned into the actual game. Basically, the devs went, oh yeah, this is good. Okay, we'll pay you and we'll use that instead. So the game was completely rewritten, and yeah, it's awesome. So, and it is way better. I mean, the game was incredible before, but now it's just so much tighter. It's very well put together, and there's a lot more modding and customizability, which we love as a community. As I'm sure many of you out there understand.
Speaking of way better, BGM got a weapon upgrade finally, getting the titanium rapier. A bit more stable damage and won't break if we get hit.
Yep. Yeah, titanium rapier is a really nice find actually here for BGM. So that gives BGM a pretty solid shot, though is running from behind right now after that slick move from Goof. Goof has sort of slingshotted ahead. I do want to answer a question in chat there because it's a good one. Will the next tournament feature the new DLC? If you're talking about the Miku DLC, which is bananas, there's a new character and it's Miku, the famous anime Vocaloid. I'm not a... Anyways, really interesting character. Just got released like earlier this week or late last week. And yes, as like CONDoR holds tournaments outside of our seasons, and those tournaments are usually like one-off weekend things. They're a lot of fun. And I'm sure we're going to have a Miku tournament coming up in the very near future. But we don't have the exact dates set yet. But yeah, it'll be something to watch out for. And that'll be on our CONDoR Live channel. All right, so we're into Zone 5. We're nearing the end of this run. I was confused why Goof was getting piercing. Am I wrong? It looked like Goof was piercing somehow.
It's got Right Rat.
Right Rat.
Familiar. Yep.
Yeah, the Rat Familiar has a piercing attack. And broken glass there for BGM. BGM really pushing here. Something that we're going to see when these races get really close like that is racers, this zone especially is really good for it. You're going to see a lot of scrapping through the zone. You can take a lot of chip damage in this, which means, a lot of the enemies aren't actually that dangerous, but there's lots of them. And so you're going to see a lot of racers really scrapping through, trying to just push through as fast as possible. Did we just have another easy left side scoots?
I believe we did.
Dead Ringer's been very friendly so far today. And you can see Goof is now already onto the Necrodancer here. Looks like it's going to be our first, or it might not be quite a sub 8, which is fine. it's worth noting that this game is actually really hard, and these racers make this game look so easy. And getting below like a sub 10 is like an accomplishment. I don't know the percentages of like how many people have actually gotten like a sub 10, but it's a very low percentage. But we are going to see just over 8 minutes here for Goof as Goof takes game number 1.
GG's. Yeah, found his groove after zone 2 and just kind of pushed forward.
Yep, so Goof is going to take that first one there. I think the story of that map was, I guess, Miner's Cap. I think that's really the main change. And it's interesting, too, just how close it was, given that, because the Miner's Cap is so good. But I think that, some really wise choices from BGM. BGM picking up that Titanium Rapier, I'm sure, helped a ton. But, the Miner's Cap, early Miner's Cap that BGM missed is probably the reason. All right, we're going to get this next one in 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. Just like game 2, of the last one.
Big,
immediate armor.
Strong armor. Yeah, we like that.
Yeah, what I want to see is strong armor, but no weapons. That's sometimes the best races, and I do hope we get our races with no weapons. Like, we've seen a lot of rapiers and some cats and stuff. Those are all good things. But sometimes you get races where the game just does not give you any good weapons. All right, we're seeing a bit of a difference already here between these two racers. So this is the blood shot, and you can see BGM just opted to just pay the blood cost of the titanium longsword we in the community call Old Faithful, because it's just a solid 2 damage weapon. But Goof went for the throw, something I talked about earlier, where you can aggro the shopkeeper with a throw of your dagger, but it's dangerous because you don't have your dagger for a few steps, and the shopkeeper could just straight up kill you.
It's going to give another big difference to this run already, too, because since Goof defeated the shopkeeper, they have the blood drum now, where BGM does not, and that provides so much utility throughout the run and the final boss fights.
Yeah, so far we've had 2 black chests in Zone 1, one with a plate mail, one with a chain mail. That's kind of funny. But there were weapons in the blood shop, and that's what they've got right now. And we're going to see some shrines. There's a shrine per zone, and we just saw the mystery shrine. Nobody's used it yet, and it's probably because they're both looking for a bomb. The mystery shrine gives you a weapon that is a mystery weapon, but you put
Got tapped by the leprechaun.
Got attacked by the leprechaun. He now needs to uninstall his game. The leprechaun is a sort of... all right. It is a broadsword, the mystery weapon. So it's very quick for us to identify what kind of weapon it is, because the swipe that it does is pretty distinct. But if you bomb that shrine, which is I'm sure what they were both looking for, it will give you a mystery ring. And that's always a little bit harder to find because the rings do all kinds of strange effects. But it will give you a random ring, and all rings are good. Even the Ring of Becoming can be good. But in any case.
Purple chest check, and yeah, Goof drafting behind, gonna pick red instead. Get a glass torch, which big sight line, and also gives you kind of some mapping by highlighting all the enemies on the mini map.
Yep. Yeah, but it is made of glass, so if you get hit, it breaks. So you don't want to get hit, so you can continue that mapping advantage. There's a Kevin on the floor, and it dropped heavy plate.
More armor.
Holy moly. That's the big armor. That's the biggest armor you can find. Not a huge deal that BGM missed it. The difference between heavy plate and plate is heavy. And a little bit more protection. But because you're heavy, you can't get pulled by a wind spell. You can't jump on bounce traps. It's fine. Yeah, and wow, Goof swapping over to a 1 damage blood. What? That is actually a surprising and possibly not good choice. And now Goof is down to half a heart. Now the blood weapons, when you're at half a heart, do infinite damage, but then you have to be at half a heart.
I have seen Goof do that this season already. Do the true blood build. So we'll see if that's going on.
Nuts. I mean, being up a game, maybe that's what Goof's going for. That'd be crazy. I mean, a 3 damage longsword is pretty solid. But yeah, the staff can be fast. The staff is a weapon that does dagger range attacks. So if an enemy is in the range of a dagger, you will attack it. But it shoots a little laser beam outside it that does the damage of the weapon as well. So it's pretty solid. Yeah. This is so strange. I love this choice because it's just weird. But you never know. These racers are artists. They're creative. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, and sometimes they're gonna throw stuff together that's gonna surprise us commentators. And yeah, that choice is bold, especially once we get to Zone 4, as hopefully we'll see. Yeah, of course, Goof loves the Telemonkeys love Goofs.
It also kind of get in your head as an opponent too when you're like screen watching and you're like, what are you doing? Yeah, like, should I be doing that?
Goof just fully took a ton of damage to go down to half a heart to kill the mini boss. Like, just got absolutely wailed on by those beetles. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna see one of my favorite strats, the Coral Rift staff strat, being able to shoot Coral Rift and using the blood drum. This is wild. I love this. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know any artists. Who's an artist who draws like really normal stuff, and then you have like Picasso over here doing like some wild, wacky. Oh my goodness, this is scary. I'm so afraid for Goof. Oh, that heavy plate is just keeping Goof alive. Oh, and I have to give a shout out to the synergy of having the risk charm with a blood weapon.
Oh, I didn't even notice. That's
Infinity,
really cool.
The classic argument winner, Infinity +2.
Yeah, he just drank the purple potion, so fully committed to this.
You're a madman. What are you doing? Yeah, healed up instantly though because of I think actually used the heal spell. So the purple potion gives you all cursed hearts. Cursed hearts disappear when you lose them, like the heart container disappears. So bad. Oh man, Goof! Oh, there it goes.
The full surround.
The dream could only live for so long. Oh, and Goof goes down. Now I should mention this because we haven't talked about it yet. What happens when you die? Well, when you die, you can just restart. It's fine. It is possible to have double deaths, and the run can continue. What we're obviously going to see here is BGM, knowing that Goof went down, is going to hit the brakes a little bit, try and slow play. But we always have our good friend Deadringer to get in the way and see. So typically what we would advise is that your racer just keeps going and maybe gets, if BGM dies, then Goof would have a pretty solid head start on the run back. But we also understand, as we've mentioned many times, this game requires a lot of brain. And if you're doing a wild and wacky Picasso build, you might need just a breather. And that's totally understandable. So yeah, BGM basically being handed the win here. Though I imagine if BGM goes down, Goop will immediately start.
Yeah, BGM does have safe kills for Dead Ringer with the Earth Tomes. And
Oh, that's true.
it should be all right.
Yeah.
Left side spawn.
Oh, yep, gonna do Earth that away. Perfect. Oh, thank you, Goop. Good memes.
I would have checked red chest there. Could have got blast helm for bombs.
Yeah, so so this boss fight, like most boss fights, having bombs is really useful. And so with bombs here, you would not have to hit these buttons, do the button puzzle. We call in the community the button puzzles. And so yeah, you're gonna see BGM having to sort of angle. This is kind of an odd fight that we really didn't see this mechanic too much, but you do control both your dad, Dorian. It's all part of, don't worry about it, it's the story. But yeah, you control Dorian and Cadence at the same time. What are we? Oh, Berserk. I'm like, how are we going to get in there? But yeah, the Berserk spell can open up that, and that's a good way to fight. So each time you hit the buttons with both players, it drops a bomb, which breaks part of the stage. You got to do that 4 times to open up the stage to get the Necrodancer and the loot free. But with bombs and that Berserk spell, you can circumvent 2 of the bombs, and that's what BGM did there.
I'm always a little nervous during this fight because Dorian can take a bunch of hits, but it can die. But doesn't here. BGM taking it.
Yeah, so BGM gonna tie it up. Goop flying a little too close to the sun on that one. Good times though.
Putting on a good show.
Yeah. All right. Goop did an oof. All right, so they're going to dive right into the next race. These racers want to just keep going. I love that. So, yeah, we're going to be hopping in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, there it is.
No armor this time, just some bats.
Some bats. Fashion those bats into an armor plate. Bat plate. Make it happen. Come on, devs. All right, so, yeah, just moving on through, you can see the racers took a little bit of a different way through this 1-1. Avoiding bat closets is usually good because those bats are random moving enemies. But
the only enemies that move randomly in the game, right? The bats.
Yeah, I think. Trying to think if there's now any sort of niche, but no, I think that is correct still. Bats are random. And yeah, we're gonna see Goop use up a bomb here to pick up the battle shovel. That's again infinite damage after you dig. Can be really useful early on.
Like BGM's gonna wrangle this Minotaur to open up the blood shop for them. They can save a bomb that way. Very nice.
Yep, bombs, as we saw at the end of the last one, are useful for defeating bosses. Oh, now is this the seed? Tic Tac, is this the one?
It could be.
We got bad weapons. All right. Is Goop going to go for the crossbow here or take the whip? No, both racers going with the whip.
Okay.
Whip is really bad, but the damage is important. So that's why they're taking it. And the reason the whip is bad is it attacks a 5-wide area in front of you, and it only attacks one at a time.
The knight in chess, right?
Yeah, you can think of it that way.
Yeah.
But it also attacks like the broadsword. So it's the spot directly in front of you, and then the 2 beside that, and then the 2 beside those. And it makes a 5-wide line. And so the problem, of course, is, as we've said many times, you want to be moving and attacking or getting towards the exit. But sometimes with this weapon, you're just going to snag a lot on everything around you. But I think we're going to see the end of this whip because we're going to be picking up this harp instead.
Yeah, I think both racers would have picked up any weapon if they found a different one.
Maybe not a base whip.
Yeah.
So the harp. Yeah, the harp's pretty cool. This was added for Amplified, the second DLC of this game, and it is a dagger range attack. So you only attack things that are right next to you, which is actually good because, like we were just saying, it prevents snag. You do not snag on a lot of enemies. And then when you do that dagger attack, it does a little splash music note thing that hits everything around you. So it can be a pretty safe weapon to run into swarms with, and then you just start hitting everything and everything just melts around you.
BGM had an interesting play there on that shrine. Got the luck charm from the leprechaun, which guarantees a win on that chance shrine each time, and was looking for some type of help there, but didn't find too much.
Yeah, the builds are pretty much the same. I think BGM's going to be taking this purple as well, which is a shield. Yeah, shield spell. A little more safety. All right. A little bit of armadillo puzzles here in 2-1. And BGM navigated it just a little more efficiently.
Ooh, and an urn on this seed.
All right, so this is a rare drop here. It's like a super chest with 3 really good items in it, but it requires a lot of damage to open rather than just opening it like a normal chest. Both racers having the blood drum meant that they can crack it open no problem. Got rewarded with a pulse spell and I think the boots, right?
Yep, boot strength.
Beautiful little pulse there from BGM. Very quick 2-3 and has gained a little on Goof. Goof's going to be checking this purple and now you're stuck with 3 good spells. What do you take?
I imagine with all that health, I think I would pass on the heal spell, but I can understand why both racers are taking it because you do want to use your health as a resource, especially Zone 5, Zone 4, stuff like that. So anything that to get it back is always helpful.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same. I feel like dropping Pulse was a bit of a choice. Pulse can be so beneficial, especially when you drop down these trapdoors. Because the first beat, you can kill everything with 1 Pulse. But yeah, they both decided the same thing. And that, again, could be a matter of trying to keep on parity with one another. You don't want, like, late game to be just, like, brutal and you take a ton of damage, but your opponent kept the heal spell.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll see.
Look a little lost here on BGM's side. There's finally the mini boss showing up.
Yep, and so Goof is taking a bit of a lead after Zone 3, which is always hard to navigate. Oh, and a nice blood drum. The rare blood drum single range kill on Coral Rift due to the heal. Very nice. You might see a shield here, yeah, from BGM with a blood drum as well to make sure.
Yeah, makes sense. Extra safe.
Now, one thing about Goof, different than other racers, is Goof is one to take telemonkeys pretty much all the time. These telemonkeys are the pink monkeys you see in Zone 4, and they will teleport you randomly, which often gets you killed as you teleport into a bunch of enemies and they just destroy you. But there's a lot of safety in this build. Plus, yeah, Goof will just do it anyways. I'm a little afraid for BGM.
Yeah, getting caught by some golems there, but both racers found in the purple chest there in Zone 3 boss the courage ring, so we're on the bus now with the heart.
That's right. Yeah, we've all, in the community, we got fun names for all of the combinations of that courage ring plus whatever weapon it is, and the harp plus courage ring we call the bus, because you kind of just drive the bus right through everybody. A little weird, but you know, whatever. Speaking of buses, there's a blunderbuss there
nice.
For BGM, the other bus in this game. A couple of buses. But yeah, blunderbuss is not actually a fast weapon, but it is a fun weapon. It's one for the fans. Oh, and a nice navigation there from Goof. Recognizing which way was to the boss and just went straight to it. So Goof is kind of speeding ahead here.
Yeah, rough deep blues fight here for BGM. I think their rat familiar teleported the king, making it awkward.
All right, and Goop already down to 5-3. BGM just on 5-1 now. For this late in the run, you do want to be a lot closer than this, but anything can happen. I've seen Dead Ringer do all kinds of Dead Ringer things. Let's see if Dead Ringer spawns on the left side this time. Nope.
Right side.
We're going Scoots, but Goop going for a blood drum strat, which is fine.
Threw some courage in there too.
Took a charge. That charge that Dead Ringer does I don't know, 1 billion hearts of damage.
All the hearts.
Yeah. But with the courage on the skeleton, it was fine. You don't take damage from the beat after you courage. But that's just how aware of the build Goof was here. Goof is on to the second phase of the Necrodancer fight now. Could bomb through, didn't have to worry about the butt puzzles, and is now going to be... Oh, Dorian has taken a couple of hits here.
Yeah.
There's 2 health bars you got to keep track of. But now only 1 more hit remaining for the Necrodancer, and Goof is going to take this. It's going to be just barely a sub 8. GG.
GG's.
And you can see BGM here is just lagging behind a little bit, but still keeping it pretty close.
BGM had actually a cleaner dead ringer with the courage. It was really nice. See both of them do that.
And BGM just stopping. That's fine.
Yep, ending the run.
It's all good. So Goof taking a win here puts Goof at match point for this best of 5. A win will send him up to the match against Tough. That'll be a real keen match for sure. Oh, I just realized I was wrong about the seeds. These 2 are actually really closely seeded. This is our 4th and 5th seed from earlier. And I also had a correction from the refs that Tough has won a season. In fact, Tough won the last season.
Oh,
Tough
defending the title.
Yeah, the reigning champ. I think I just assume that Spoody wins every time.
You'd be
We
safe.
will be seeing Spoody shortly. Spoody is next. Spoody, of course, should be fairly well known by the GDQ audience because Spoody is like the one who's been playing Necrodancer on GDQ for years, including completing Coda live in front of all the people, which was incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But yeah, we'll talk about Spoody next match. Right now it's Goof and BGM.
And nothing going on this first floor. Even on 1-2, BGM did a little look up that Goof's following now just to get a small upgrade in their weapon. They might even skip it too. Okay, here's one of the new weapons.
Here's an item.
Yeah, what is this? The shove shield?
Yeah, Shield of Shove. This
Shield
is
of Shove.
an item that has been added for Synchrony, and I don't think anyone understands how it works.
It pretty much turns your character into a shove monster from Zone 3, but it's real confusing to use.
I'm actually surprised both of them kept the spear. It's actually way... Oh, yep, we're going to
go.
shove Freddy. There you go. That's how it
Nice.
works.
Tutorial right here.
Yeah, so... Yeah, essentially, if the enemy is right next to you, you'll move them, but you'll also still attack them. And it's confusing and strange, but it's a shield, so if it gets hit, it breaks. It's good. That's with many question marks afterwards, but...
As long as you read the user manual.
Yeah, but I don't think... Yeah, hard to find that user manual. You gotta go to an old, flea market somewhere and find it.
And then it's in the wrong language, and...
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Goof.
And I don't know if it messed Goof up because the shove does move you as you attack, but I actually missed what happened to Goof, but Goof goes down in deep blues, and so now is playing from behind. And I wonder if at some moment in this race, Goof is gonna rue the sort of, or, think poorly about that choice to go full blood in game 2. Because now things are spicy. I mean, it's not oh no!
Oh!
The shove!
Very spicy.
Yeah, so BGM goes down, and it's the shove shield. Yeah, putting you directly into the path of the dragon, and Goof definitely not learning from this mistake.
I think BGM watched their own death replay there to figure out
What happened.
Yeah.
So we got a double death. I was just about to say that, a zone 1 death, or a death when your opponent's in zone 2, is certainly not the end of the world. But hey, we got a double death here in these finals, a rare finals double death for sure. And we're gonna be killing this 1-3 shop again, I think. But no shove this time for BGM.
Oh, just the tutorial shopkeeper kill, the 2 bombs and the hit.
Yeah, that's good. Classic. Goof, I think hopefully the people who aren't familiar with CONDoR are getting a little bit of a vibe for some of these racers. Goof with his Comic Sans text and doubling down on using the shove shield. That's all you need to know. We love Goof. Goof is great. And extremely talented as a racer.
There you go. Gets the revenge on Deep Blues.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Goof's just learning from his mistakes, and now he's going to be better at shove shield. Until he shoves a mole and then gets stomped on by a red dragon.
Yeah.
Or something. Something to that effect.
No, black chest check there for BGM. It was a blood flail, which is not better than your rapier. I mean, arguably, but I think, yeah, rapier is the correct choice.
Yeah, I think a rapier, even though it's a gold rapier.
This dragon, though, causing problems.
The dragon is BGM's number, I guess. That number is half a heart. BGM
is wearing the murder crown, but still went to check to see if Freddy revived. Did not.
Oh, there's no glass armor in here. Oh, it's so rare to not find glass armor in the glass shop. BGM is currently at half a heart. And yeah, you can see there might be just a tinge of like frazzled, as you were just saying, Tic Tac, taking the murder crown into the shop looking for food or something. Please give me food, and you're wearing the crown of a dead Freddy. Dead Freddy's, that's a good band.
Hey.
All right. So there is actually a food shop here on this floor. And so BGM probably is aware of that. But it's... Oh, no!
Oh, this is... The darkness.
The darkness plus the fair and balanced. So while bats are random, these little white things will randomly spawn. Sometimes they just get in the way right when you bomb. I am so sad for BGM. And yeah, that is a pretty rough death. This is a cursed seed. This is absolutely a cursed seed. I would keep going. Goof still has the shove shield, and that's about all you need to know. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's tough. The pressure is on Goof now to keep it together, but with darkness and a shove shield, things are a little squirrely here.
Yeah, checking purple chest to get off that ring too. There's a chance of getting a ring in the purple chest, but no luck this time.
Quite literally could have been luck. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, seriously, yeah. Okay, I'm really happy. Did you see that? Goof just purposely broke the shield. Definitely stood there and just let the shield get broken and be like, forget this thing. It's going to get me killed again. And it's an empty heart container. Goof is actually in a bit of a scary spot. Like, has a decent amount of armor. Oh, and there's the Ring of Luck.
So we transmuted for it. That's cute.
But doesn't want it.
Didn't take it though? Okay.
Goof, what are you doing? Oh man, you gave me a heart attack. Oh.
The danger can't hurt me if I can't see it.
That's what it is. Yep. Yep, exactly. Just close your eyes. Wow. Yeah, makes it hard for us viewers to know exactly what's going on. So just keep an eye on his health bar, I guess.
There's so many eyes. There's bats.
Just
there's
blinking eyes. Yeah, the purple eyes are skeletons. The yellow eyes are bats. All are scary and can hurt you. This game's a bit... did you know this game's a horror game? The name like Crypt of the Necrodancer is not really that scary. The rest of it sounds kind of scary. This game has its fair share of whimsy.
This looks like a much better build.
Yeah, gonna find some cheese on the floor. We officially here at CONDoR do not recommend eating cheese from the floor, but Goof's gonna find some cheese and gain some health. And yeah, a lot safer now. Managed to string together some good items. So Goof is in a better place here, while BGM is trying to catch up. This has been a wild race.
I like that. Goof's sporting one of the special daggers, the electric dagger.
Yep. Electro dagger is the best of the specialty daggers, I think, by most accounts. And yeah, it causes an arc of damage. It's since the Amplified DLC, it was added. And yeah, it does 2 damage up close, but also gives a 1 damage arc, which is fun. And then it also synergizes with Zone 5. As you can see, there is an electric wire you can stand on, or a conduit. And what it does is it amplifies the damage to infinite if you're standing on it.
What's the name of the DLC?
I know. But then also the arc does 2 damage now. So everything just pretty much evaporates. Oh, I'm going to get a full heal on that Peace Shrine. So Goof doing a lot to just make sure they're safe. Picking up the blood.
I think
Hopefully
it's
they're not going to bring themselves down
play.
to half a heart so they can kill Deadrigger or something.
I'm going to do armor here. Yeah.
And BGM back at that spot where they died in the first place and managed to kill off the white first. Maybe we'll see what's in this barrel.
It was food? Okay. Yeah. That'd be extra
$60.
tragic.
Yeah, if it was food. Or a Nazar charm.
Yeah. Oh, that'd been perfect.
All right. Yeah, Goof really at this point, the armor situation is better than heavy plate. So we've got 1.5. The way armor works is it subtracts a certain number of hearts from the damage you take, and each enemy deals a particular amount of heart damage. The plate mail does minus 1.5 damage. The helmet is minus 0.5, and there's actually a charm there, charm of protection, that is also minus 0.5. All right, nice little Minotaur strat there for Goof.
Yeah, Oblivion strat on that one. Good job.
Always a nice looking strat for sure. I think that is a left side strategy I have never learned, but it's a good one. It looks pretty slick. And now we've got Goof on the final fight here. A win here will be Goof winning the set. And with BGM at core ref, BGM's just going to sit tight and see if anything happens to Dorian. That's probably the main way that this will go down if Dorian gets stomped on multiple times by a dragon or something. There is the dragon, but green one, it's fine. And Goof is taking this set 3-1.
GG's.
GG's. Awesome. Well, that was fun. There's a couple of fun races there. So good job. Hope you all enjoyed it in chat. Remember, if you do have questions of what's going on, feel free to post them. We're happy to explain. But I think with that, we're going to go to a break. And then we will have our next winners round 1 match coming up. Yeah, and that's going to be Spoody and Ravio.
Yeah, we're just going to get set up for the third race here. So we're going to take a quick break while we get all that set up. And we'll be right back with some more Crypt and the Necrodancer. See you in a few minutes, everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Today we have the CONDoR community on Crypt of the Necrodancer, organized races. They have their playoffs today, so we're gonna head over to match 3. Why don't y'all take it away?
Sure thing. Yeah. So we're into our third match here and the winners round. It is also a best of 5 as we work through our top 8. This is going to be our 2nd seed Spoody Biscuit versus our 7th seed Ravio Linguini. Spoody Biscuit probably doesn't need too much of an introduction. Has won many seasons, is one of the greats of all time. GOATs, I guess, is what the kids call them these days. And is going to be going up against Ravio, who's, always done fairly well. You can see he got 5th place in season 14 and is a very strong racer for sure. And you can see also the PB is, I guess Spoody still needs to grind down a cadence PB. Because that is not, we might even see Spoody land sometimes faster than that cadence PB of a 651. Whereas Ravio, you can see there is a 510, but in amplified. I hasn't laid down a synchrony one yet. Just been racing, not doing speedruns. That's fine. So yeah, this is heavily Spoody favored, but like we saw in the last race, anything can happen. So I guess we'll just dive in and see how this goes. I do want to also do a quick mention that if you're not sure how this bracket's going to work out, it is double elimination. And I think that will get posted in the chat so you can check out where we are in our playoffs. And it is going to be today and tomorrow on GDQ, which is so awesome. Thank you. And so we're going to be getting through all of round 1, both winners and losers, and half of round 2 winners today. And there it is. Thank you. It's been pinned. Appreciate that. All right. With that, I think we can get underway. Let the racers know we are ready to go, and we'll see Spoody versus Ravio Linguini. And this is very exciting. If you are a GDQ watcher, you may have seen Spoody around. Spoody's done a lot of the AGDQ, SGDQs. I was at an SGDQ where I met Spoody. It was awesome. And has played Coda, was the first to beat Coda, which is the hardest character in this game. Although Miku is hard. New Miku, but yeah. And yeah, Spoody has done some amazing things. So we'll see how it goes. This is a tough draw for Ravio, but Ravio is a very talented racer. And they have now both thrown their good luck, have funs in their racer chat, and the countdown is on. We will see this start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. One thing the keen-eyed viewer might be noticing is that it says custom mode at the start there when the racers get in. And that is indeed because we are running on a mod. The mod is only slightly changing things. You'll see that in the bottom left, it does say seeded CONDoR run. And that's to let us know that they are using our mod, but we've created a mod just to make this a lot more fair as a race. So there's a couple items we've removed, including the boots of leaping, the boots of lunging, and we've also taken out the axe. And I know a lot of you viewers who've played this game, but maybe haven't seen the racing, have gone, well, wait, what? But the axe is so fun. And it's like, yep, but it's also way too good. And if one racer finds it and the other doesn't, that's almost like, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's probably 90% goes to the axe racer. So we took it out and saw how it worked a few seasons back and haven't looked back. It's made all the races a lot closer. Ravio there is taking a hit from the Minotaur. Ouch.
Early damage.
Yeah.
And that might be a problem here because there is a pain shrine and you need health to use the pain shrine.
Yep. Taking damage next to the shrine will drop some items, and you'll see Spoody is going to do that. Will Spoody go full pain? Spoody goes full pain. So 5 hits on the pain shrine turns it purple and gives you a ring of courage. And that is a ring that Ravio will not be getting.
There's a torch shrine. There are 3 torches out of that pain drop. But
yeah, too many torches.
With the courage ring, though, turns Old Faithful into Bold Faithful.
That's right. Very key name for courage plus Old Faithful. Yeah, very niche. And you can just see how this butterfly effect has really played out here. Because I think Ravio doesn't have courage, Ravio was not able to kill Fortissimo easily, missed out on the heal spell. Also, because of the lack of using the pain shrine, didn't get the courage ring and a torch. So Spoody's build is just getting so much better, and you can see Spoody is now just passing Ravio.
And that creates a difficult problem for Ravio too. Is like, do I try to continue this sprint with what I have, or do I need to find something else to keep pace? It's not a great position to be in.
No. And especially, yeah, like it's going to be pretty rare to find a ring quite as strong as courage or find courage again. So yeah, this is a really difficult position to find yourself in early in this set. And it looks like, is Ravio taking the glass whip?
It's more damage if you're efficient with it. Yeah, I think
there was some humming and hawing there. Now there is a decent ring that so that situation we saw just there is a little bit of a tick more in Ravio's situation, because Ravio does not have a ring, and the ring found in that purple chest was actually good, and Spoody wasted his boss check by finding it. So that is a +1 item to Ravio, which is going to make Ravio have a little bit better time, but I still think that Spoody's build is pretty exceptional.
And you see a little bit of drafting here. Ravia going right to the shop as it had really good items in it, a shovel and spell.
Yeah, Courage Shovel is extremely good. It's slightly worse than it used to be, much to the chagrin, I guess, of many casual players. It was downgraded. It used to be able to dig through tier 2 walls, and you could just Courage on through everything, but that was removed. It now can only go through tier 1 walls, which I am a huge fan of, because I think the shovel was really way too good. For a shovel, it was amazing that it could win runs for you.
Yeah. It makes Zone 5 very different now.
Yes, exactly. All right, Spoody having to blow his multiplier there and not get the boss chest. So Spoody will miss another boss chest. Does he need them? Maybe not. This is already a pretty solid build, and you can see the efficiency he plays there. That tactical bomb, taking out the mini boss really easily. Yeah, Spoody just gliding through 4-1 like a hot knife through butter there. That was amazing.
Weapon swap for Ravio, getting on the titanium rapier.
I do wonder if there's a way to like test a racer's like processing speed. Because I feel like Spoody, the way that he can like just process all the information, it's really incredible.
Need a MRI machine going at the same time. Get the visual of the brain.
That's right. Yeah, you know how they have the heart rate monitors on some Twitch screens? Let's get like an EEG.
Yeah,
something.
there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, Spoody's already onto the boss of Zone 4, and you can see kind of leaving Ravio in his dust. Ravio finding another Ring of War, but unfortunately Cadence has one finger. Only wear one ring. And yeah, Ravio just really struggling through. Actually, I didn't even notice that Ravio picked up a far superior weapon, the titanium rapier, but with the dash attack from the Ring of Courage, it kind of does the same thing as the rapier. So it really only just puts Ravio on parity rather than advantage with that better weapon.
I almost wonder if staff would have helped out in Zone 4 just to try to get like a fancy teleport across the level or something,
right.
But that's risky.
That is risky. Yeah, those teleports. So the telemages in Zone 4, when you kill them, you teleport to their position, and if you do so with a staff, you can end up launching across an entire room, which is pretty fun. Fun for some. Fun for us.
For some.
Yeah, and Spoody is just absolutely flying through this seed. He's already in the 5-3, has all the health, tons of armor, all the courage. It's good. Yeah, Spoody showing he is in full form for these finals.
Yeah, I think Spoody had a rough start to the season too. First week didn't go so hot, but when you're paired against players that have been playing as long as all the CONDoR runners have, it can be anyone's race.
That's right. Yeah, and Spoody's going to be already down to the Necrodancer. There was some easy left side scoots there. And so Dead Ringer has been quite friendly today, so far. And with the Blast Helm, that is a really quick start to the second phase of the Necrodancer fight. Meanwhile, Ravio is just looking for stuff. Probably at this point, Ravio's like, well, I'm not going to catch, so I'm going to just kind of make my run safe here and make sure if Spoody dies, I don't die. Does get to 5-3, but Spoody only has 2 more hits left on the Necrodancer. And there it is. Does take a bit of a hit there, only down to 1.5 hearts, but still plenty safe. And a 7:22 run for Spoody, taking game 1.
Very good. GG's.
GG's. All right. So Spoody taking the first match. Not a huge surprise there, but I think that a lot of that had to do with the early damage that Ravio took from that Minotaur. Like that was kind of the sort of butterfly's wing that flapped and led to this entire race running the way it did. All right.
We'll have some few more races yet. This is best of 5, so Ravio could do the comeback.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is certainly not over. That's for sure. Winner, this is going to set up against the winner of our fourth match, which will be Yuka versus Tang. It's amazing to see all these just incredible racers. They're all so good at this game and have dedicated thousands of hours. I don't even know the amount of hours Spoody's at, but yeah, lots of hours. I mean, it's now the game is getting a little long in the tooth. We're going up to 10-year anniversary coming up next year, which is amazing. Again, like I said, there's still changes, tweaks, and updates. And one of the latest updates, the racers are, vamping because the racers are having this very long conversation about, I guess, the opener for Deep Blues was weird in that last race. So.
The really rare King moves forward opening, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, one thing that is worth checking, if you haven't seen this game in a little while, the new DLC is incredible. Of course, did just announce and put out the Miku update where there is now a new character who is Miku. But it also has a weekly. Every week there is a new mod that is highlighted, and I have to tell you, I have been having such a blast with these mods. Oh, we are underway. Sorry, missed the countdown there. 3, 2, 1, go. And here we go. But yes, the weeklies are super duper fun. It is an opportunity for people who have created mods for this game, and there's so many new characters and new items that they're highlighted with the leaderboard, so you get to compete against others every week, and it's an excellent thing, and I have so much fun every week doing it. So highly recommend. All right, what a start.
Stack of bombs, base rapier, not bad.
Yeah, we got that early 2 damage. We haven't talked really about the weapons, how they work, how they're different. But the main thing is that the type is usually how much damage they do. And it's like the model and the make. The make is, I don't know cars. But essentially, yeah, like they can be titanium or obsidian or base, and that's how much damage they're going to do, or glass. But then you have the style, the actual weapon, and in this case, a rapier, where it is going to attack the tile directly in front of you. But if you do 2 tiles in front of you, that's going to cause a lunge attack, and it'll do double its base damage. So in this case, a base rapier does 1 damage up close, and then on a lunge, it does 2 damage. But that lunge is really useful because it is a move attack. And those move attacks are exactly what you're looking for when you're trying to go fast. Material, that's a good way to put it. Thanks, chat.
There you go.
Yeah, the material it's made out of. I tried to do like a make model thing, and then I'm like, I don't actually understand this, so what am I doing? Yeah, you got yourself a 1977 Blood Cat.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, classic. All right, we're going to be checking the black chest. Oh, and it is a titanium spear, which is debatably better than a base rapier. But Spoody's not interested in another +1 for Spoody there as he gets a fireball. And also switches to a glass harp. LARP?
I think that's fair. It's big damage going out, and we can always switch off of it being this early into the run.
Yeah, that's true.
Zone 2 features a lot of enemies with big HP pools, so having that extra bit of damage right now is good. And then, we could maybe transmute it here after a shovel. Yeah,
transmute, a 2-3 transmute will often lead to halfway decent weapons. And what we got there is a glass spear. So I'd say they're kind of on parity in terms of builds now. Both are doing 4 damage. I'd say the harp's a little bit better of a weapon type, but otherwise, it's pretty close. And I don't know what Ravio's going to check here.
Yeah. Oh, purple's good.
Purple's good. Gonna grab that dash spell. That's a new spell since the Synchrony DLC. And you can see that is the Dead Ringer hammer because you get to dash like Dead Ringer. Unlike Dead Ringer, who does near infinite damage on the dash, you only do 4 damage. And you can be damaged while dashing. So it's certainly a skill-based item. You have to really make sure you know what you're doing when you do your dashes.
Yeah, I'll be looking ahead 4 or 5 spaces just to make sure it's clear.
And I'd say, the classic Necrodancer adage of use your spells, always a thing. If you've got spells, use them as much as you can. And I'm noticing Ravio is really not using that dash.
really nice shop here. Yeah, 3-3. I think both racers will be going in there.
Yep. Getting the armor for protection, though that armor does not protect against glass break. But Spoody is going to check the mystery weapon, and I believe it is an obsidian cutlass based on that attack. So if Spoody gets it, the cutlass is kind of a wacky one. That was an amplified weapon, and you attack while getting hit. You do not take damage. You just bounce away from the enemy that attacked you. And so yeah, again, the build is on parity. Both racers very close to one another. And definitely, we just saw it confirmed there. Ravio getting parried by a zombie. Or parrying a zombie, I guess.
We are on boss chest number 3 at the same time for both racers. And this time it looked like no hesitation. Both of them went purple right away. Got the peace ring.
Yep, that's a good find. Peace ring's going to reduce enemy spawns and also give you an extra empty heart. Ravio grabbing those lead boots and comfortably stomping on the spike traps.
Wall peg.
Getting absolutely wall pegged. And oh no, picks up a gold and uses the dash to pick up the weapon.
Good.
That was a clever move there, yeah. So gold whip, and that was like ultimate snag. You could see Ravio was just stuck on those golems, just hammering away.
10 more beats if we didn't dash out of it.
Yeah, so using the dash to pick up the weapon to get out of that situation, I have not seen that before. Very nice. Wow, fun. And I mean, Spoody is now already here in 4-3. I think that is a potion to the right. It's a spike wall potion.
Oh, the thorn walls? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Spoody pushing forward.
Ooh, Ravio taking a few hits.
Ravio down to only 1 heart. That heavy plate can only get you so far. You can never not take half a heart of damage. Oh, I think that ring is worth taking.
Yeah. I think staying alive is
this is so bad. Okay,
you got bombs?
Helm?
Yeah, there you go.
There was a ring of regen there in that boss room, and
with Spider.
While the ring of peace is faster, dying is really slow.
Yeah, that's rough.
Honestly, though, Spoody's only at 1 heart, so maybe the play here is for you as Ravio to just absolutely push as fast as you can, but we're seeing a slow coral rift here.
With low health, blood magic can become dangerous too, as we think we can just blood freeze or blood dash our way out of a situation, and it's like, oh wait, I have no health.
Yeah, you can definitely kill yourself from it. Gotta watch that. Hey, free spell pickup, a little bit of safety. Yeah, you can see that Spoody also has that. This is a bit of a layout. This is a huge layout here for... Oh, no, and Ravio there getting hit by a zombie just looking for the exit. But yeah, you're going to want to keep racing. Spoody is definitely not in the clear here. 2 hits from anything will end Spoody's run. But now Spoody has the opportunity to do some slow play procedures. He'll be looking around.
Yep, shifting gears. No shopkeeper, though. That's how we got the heavy plate blast home.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, that's one of the reasons to keep the shopkeeper around. Just in case. You'll see, I mean, what we're watching here is what we call crystal tier racing, because we have tiers in our season. Not like the crying type of tiers. I mean, maybe, but the other type. And so, depending on the, how high tier of a racer you are, is kind of the type of racing you do. And so you'll see a shift in terms of what the decisions racers make based on their skill level and the skill level of their opponents. And in our season, we make sure that all races are as close as possible skill-wise. So they're always really close in that regard. And so keeping your shopkeeper alive can be a really good lower tier strat in case your opponent dies. Because then you have a lot more safety opportunity by finding items in the shop. But here, if the shopkeeper's good, you're killing. That's just how it goes.
I want those items.
With a clean Necrodancer fight here, is going to take a game 2 on Ravio. Going up 2-0. GG's.
And GG, that was a good one.
Nice. All right. So death from Ravio is going to give Spoody a pretty easy win towards the end there, but we were pretty much beat for beat. Coming into, was that zone 4?
Zone 4, yeah.
All right, tough one. All right, and the racers are going to be putting in the seed here. Now, we use seeded mode, but we've added this sort of seed hash thing modded in there to make sure that both racers very obviously have the same seed, so that we know that they're going to be running the same seed. For years, CONDoR raced unseeded, which at this point, looking back, it's like, why?
So naive.
Yeah, because the races are so much better now. All right, this race is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so naive back then. We were just like, yeah, it's exciting. You never know what you're going to find. And then like people are going to screen watch and then they're going to know what, and it's like, no, that's actually better. Like that makes the racing way better. And we've learned from our mistakes. And now, yeah, everything is seeded and it makes for a much more interesting race, I'd say. All right, quick courage shovel find for Spoody.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's a great blood shop. Ravio seeing.
Oh, and Ravio goes for a throw. Now that's pretty rare in 1-2 because it's not a guaranteed. Like you can just straight up die if you do the throw. But yeah, that's a huge find, and I wonder if Spoody's gonna go back. But there's an urn. What is this 1-2?
Wow. Okay.
And that urn's gonna be an easy open for Ravio with the blood drum. So I think Ravio's gonna come out of this just a little bit ahead of Spoody. And it's got a pulse spell. It's got a pretty strong weapon. And Ravio's moving on. Ravio's got the set. This is fascinating. Okay, Ravio's got a lead here. Spoody's got to still go get the urn and open that. And is definitely going to want to. The weapon plus...
the spell.
The spell, thank you. The pulse. But Spoody missed it. The pulse was underneath one of the walls.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It's pretty big, actually. We'll see how this goes. This is a big opportunity here for Ravio to take a win. But of course, we're still very early in this race. There's a lot of decisions still left to be made. And this weapon is not endgame weapon material necessarily.
Yeah, do we go weapon here? Go for mana ring? Ring of Piercing is not terrible, though. Purple chest.
And it does give you a ring for an opportunity for a transmute there, maybe. But no, Ravio's just going to keep pushing. Maybe sees the lead opportunity, sees the build variance, and goes, I just got to go. I just got to get ahead of Spoody.
Yeah, that puts the pressure on Spoody as well. That won't allow Spoody to do any farming of their own without taking a great risk.
Yep, this is where that metagame really starts to play in, and it's my favorite part of the racing is having these racers make these sorts of decisions of like, I've just got to push now. I've got to cause my opponent to make mistakes. Ravio spotting that shot, but
I did not see that.
Yeah. This is why they're the best. I didn't either. It was like,
like, where are you digging?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
there it is. But you can see Spoody is really not that far behind. We're going to see one of the great strats, the Earth Zuma. Using Earth, it does piercing damage, and if you pull the king off of the throne, you can Earth him against his own throne. Kind of brutal, honestly, when you think about it. Welcome to Earth.
That's right. And both racers with the Torch of Walls allows them to have mapping in Zone 3, which is, like you were saying earlier, one of the most difficult zones to map, just the way it's generated.
Ravio just put up a defensive wall that got immediately broken by the elemental, which is kind of funny. I do love the use of Earth for defense as well. It's often used offensively, as we'll see right now, I think. Ravio? Oh, wanted to
charging it. Yep.
Yeah, not take the half heart of blood magic. Very good. Lead boots can continue to just stomp on all of the traps. The lead boots protect you from floor hazards like spikes and goo. And importantly, this Ring of Piercing is going to cause Ravio to be able to just melt through the Blade Masters, which are some of the more annoying enemies. And is Spoody also going to go for this Rapier? Yes.
Spoody got a Miner's Cap somewhere too. I missed that.
Yeah, Miner's Cap's good, but it's not the be-all end-all here because with the Double of Courage, you're kind of okay. It's just going to be good if there's like a walled off dig through in zone 5. I feel like that's the only time it'll matter. And actually, if anything, it's going to cause more swarming for Spoody. So I would say it's a bit of a negative take, but sometimes you just see it and you go, oh, I got to take that. And he can't dig open that tier 3 wall.
Oh no.
Because of the latest change to, I think if it was the old Courage shovel, that would have been allowed.
Ooh, Piercing Ring doing a real good job of taking out these Blade Masters in Zone 4.
Yeah, look at this lead now for Ravio. They're doing the thing. I think we're going to see ourselves a pulse kill on the King. Maybe looking to... oh no, going to go for Earth. Yeah, not wanting to take any extra damage. And definitely the most skipped of all boss chests is the Zone 4 boss chest. Because usually at this point, it's a sprint. Especially when it's this close. And certainly don't count Spoody out here. But Ravio is doing a great job of maintaining this lead with mapping and good dig, good movement here. Ravio should be able to just glide to the exit, though a bit of an awkward stumble there. But Spoody goes down.
Oh my goodness.
Just gets captured by all the enemies, just trying to catch up. And that's exactly what we were talking about. Making sure that you're applying the pressure to your opponent, forcing them to push and get themselves in bad situations. And sure enough, Ravio here is now in a much safer place. He's just going to straight up buy that heavy glass armor and shield.
Left with 1 gold. Excellent.
Nice. Yeah. Love to see it.
Didn't even tip Freddy after that. I think I would have just the 1 gold.
Yeah, give the extra gold.
Thanks for being here in the crypt, helping me out.
Yeah. I promise I won't kill you next round. Oh. Yeah, and definitely seeing Spoody go right into it. I mean, Ravio is pretty safe. That heavy glass armor was such a nice find. We're going to see what we call the Japanese strat there from Ravio. That's when you have a right side spawn. And it's a pretty common strat, but it is not guaranteed. Developed long ago by our Japanese contingent, CONDoR. We did for a very long time have CONDoR Japan, which was really cool. And they made all the best art. Their art is incredible.
That's very good.
They had some very talented artists in that community, and they made some really cool art for this game. All right, 2 hits now on the Necrodancer as Ravio's looking to take game 3 here. And a very comfortable Necrodancer fight so far. You do always got to worry about those red dragon spawns. Sometimes the Necrodancer will spawn in a red dragon. Just a nightmare. No, this is good. And there it is. Ravio takes game 3.
Nice. Excellent job.
Chipping away at Spoody's lead. Really good. And honestly, like, Spoody died, yes, but I think that was Ravio's doing. Like, I do think that Ravio was the reason.
Yeah, it was great race sense, just knowing what they had ahead of their opponent and deciding to go.
Yeah, that was awesome. We even got a nice job in the racer chat from Spoody. Spoody recognizing that, yeah, it was Ravio's pushing that really led to that. So, wow, awesome. Super cool to see. And it's not over yet. Yeah, Spoody recognizing, also talking in chat that he earthed the urn but missed the pulse. And it really was a quick pickup because of the Courage shovel too, but I think just didn't recognize. Every urn drops 3 items, and he only got 2. Yeah, very good, very good. All right, thanks again for being here, everybody. It's super awesome to have you. I see a ton of the Necrodancer community in chat and some new faces as well. That's really awesome. Please, if you do have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Lots of very knowledgeable people. And we do fully recognize that this game is a game that is a bit hard to know what's going on when you first arrive. And so we're happy here to make sure that you know what's going on. And sorry, there is the start of the next one. I was not paying attention to the Discord, but it is started. Racer's picking up a quick leather armor.
Put over that red tunic. Be a little more safe.
One thing that's worth mentioning, I think, we'll see if it's worth mentioning, but that bats even though they are random, their randomness is now seeded. It used to be totally random, but since Synchrony, that's been fixed, and that has been a huge bonus for us here in the racing community. And I think it's worth mentioning that the person who basically rewrote the game, like we were talking about earlier, completely rewrote the game, and then Brace Yourself was like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll just make that the game now." That person actually won season 3 of CONDoR, Maru, and so Maru is a fan of CONDoR and has participated quite a bit in CONDoR. So it is cool that we kind of have, at least a little bit of say in how this game goes. And it's definitely, they've catered to some degree to CONDoR to make sure that this game is very raceable. And we love that. So big shout outs to Brace Yourself and also Maru and Steve.
We also love golden crossbows. This is a very interesting choice from both racers.
Yeah, Spoody was trying to get a gold kill there and is now running out of real estate and had to use the blood drum to get out of it. But yes, good racers, bad weapons is my favorite version of CONDoR. So let's hope it stays that way for our own sake and not for their sake in the slightest. But a Coral Rift start, that's really good. Coral Rift, because you have the range of 4 on the crossbow, you can actually just snipe his head.
That's right.
Hit Carl right in the face. And we're moving on. Did Spoody not?
Ooh.
Oh, we have Monocle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm like
usually you want to get off that weapon, but
yeah.
Pulse is really good.
But gold crossbow's terrible. That was a titanium harp, right?
Yes.
Do my eyes deceive me? That was like, that's an actually good weapon. This is baffling, actually. I'm fascinated and baffled.
Obsidian dagger can work too. You can also use the crossbow just as a dagger if you just never load it.
Yeah.
Which can be interesting,
and it's a 1 damage gold dagger. It's bad.
Right.
So yeah, that was really interesting. Prioritizing pulse over swapping off the gold crossbow. What an interesting play that was. And I don't know if Ravio took that just because Spoody did. But for a second there, I didn't realize they had Monocle, and I thought Spoody just actively didn't take the boss chest or went for purple just to force your opponent.
The mind games, yeah.
Yeah, the mind games.
Yeah. Ravio's spending some extra time on this zone to get a transmute.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a few transmutes. That's actually pretty solid. Transmuting the weapon on 2-2 is dangerous, but Ravio's going to take it. Actually, Ravio's building up quite a nice little build here. Can't get the ring, but has a 5 damage longsword that is made of glass, but going to do as much damage as that pulse spell. But with the Monocle, you really got to watch for all those white spawns. The Monocle makes the little ghost guys spawn in more often, which is annoying because they're the worst.
They're very fast. They close the gap quicker than you think they would.
Yeah. They don't do a lot of damage, but it's easy to be hit by them, so they're very dangerous to glass. Oops. And there's some broken glass for Ravio.
Oh, no. There is a weapon right there. I guess, yeah, gotta go.
That's okay. Going to be picking up this obsidian spear. So that spear with the +1 from the shovel is going to be a 2 to 4 damage spear. Ravio just stomping on that spike trap to just go fast, taking the damage.
Both racers getting this potion. It's nice.
Yeah, I think Ravio's going to actually quaff it immediately, but allows for the quick dig through here to get to the boss, the mini boss.
A crowded exit there.
Yeah. It's a very small exit room, and I think there's like a certain amount of enemies spawned in at every exit room. So when it's small like that, yeah, it gets like real jammed. A little mosh pit.
Like the spear throw. Take care of those elementals.
Yep, and we just had an Ozuma special. Another shout out to our Japanese contingent. Someone named Ozuma developed that quick kill on King Konga there, where you drop a beat and then bomb them. And based on the wacky way that bombs work, it kills Konga. Oh, and Ravio is taking so many hits here.
Yeah. Making it work. That spider's making things awkward.
I mean, they're beat for beat on the next floor, but if you take a look at their builds, I don't know, it's pretty different. Oh, this is interesting. Foodie could definitely play a lot more confidently with all this health. Ravio's gotta probably still play a little reckless. Confident or reckless, it really depends how you look at it. But Ravio is gonna take some hits here, is getting surrounded by these golems.
Good move there to dodge that top golem.
That was really nice. Yeah, and a nice heal buffer as well to not take a lot of damage by just using the heal. And Telemonkey to the exit, but then immediately Telemonkey's out. Oh, Ravio. Okay, Ravio's out. Oh, there it goes.
Spider and Poltergeist getting us around.
That first Telemonkey was perfect. And you'll see it on the replay here, but then that second Telemonkey was disaster, and then just running away, half a heart, no spells. And takes a death, and that's gonna leave the door wide open here for Spoody to finish this race out.
Oh, that ghoul came from across the world to get that kill.
Got a long distance dunk there. I mean, the ghouls, once you hit them once, actually no, are they always diagonal moving? Yeah,
yes.
They are.
Yep.
So yeah, that was that one moves diagonal, which is one of the fastest ways enemies can move in this game, besides the harpies, I think. Booty picking up a Ring of War, possibly for a little extra safety on Deadringer. With the Ring of War, it has knockback, which even knocks back the likes of Deadringer's massive charge. And I wouldn't put it past Spoody to go for a swag kill here. I might just go for lures as well. He's a lure opponent.
Yeah, we did see that earlier. Oh, and 5-3 heavy plate, just in case we weren't safe enough.
Yeah, I think Spoody's feeling all right. Spoody does have that protection charm as well. So any damage that Spoody takes is going to be pretty close to half a heart. Oh, there's the view from the ghoul.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's just like beelining. Oh, Spoody is going for some shenanigans here.
Blood drum?
And does a double blood drum kill there. Yeah, that skeleton wasn't going to get out of the way in time.
Enough bombs to blow up the stage, a blood drum to get into phase 2 with an early hit. There you have it.
Yep, just 5 more hits here for Spoody to take this and go into the next round. So even though this is a random, you can see the skill here of these racers. It is a random game where randomness happens, but we do have currently our top 3 seeds. Or I guess seed 1, 2, and 4 making their way into the winners round. GG's to them. Way to go, Spoody. Congratulations. And Ravio's going to be waiting in the losers round 1 for the loser of the next match, which will be Yuka versus Tang, and that's going to come up after the break. But before we take our break, I do want to say a huge thank you to Tic Tac. Thanks for coming in, Tic Tac. We are going to be swapping co-hosts.
Yeah, it's great. It's always a pleasure to be here on GDQ, and good luck to all the racers.
Yeah, definitely check out Tic Tac. Does some great stuff here on Twitch. We love Tic Tac, so yeah, thanks so much.
Hey, cheers.
Thank you so much. And like Elad said, we're going to be taking a quick break here while we get ready for the next set of racers, so we'll be back in just a few minutes, everyone. Everybody, welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Today we have the CONDoR community, Crypt of the Necrodancer Online Racing. They have their playoffs today for their tournament, and I'll just hand it right back over if you all want to reintroduce yourselves, or introduce yourselves.
Or introduce, yeah. So I'm Elad still. I'm still here. Hi, everybody. Thanks for sticking around over the break, and we've got our new co-host.
Tic Tac Foe, Pants Lord. That's right.
That's right. We've got Pants here. Pants, of course, longtime community member. You were a top tier racer for a little while there.
Back in the old days.
Back in the old days. Yeah, back while the reaction times were still good. But Pants always better than me. I just to be clear. So let's not. But yeah, so we do have some high level analysis here from Pants, which I'm sure.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but nice to have Pants here, and we are now into our 4th match of the first round. You can see in the pinned message there, if you want to click on that, that'll show you where we're at in the tournament. This is going to be Yuka versus Tang. And yeah, we can take a look at the stats. As you can see on the screen here, they faced off once in the season, and Yuka did win a 3-0 over Tang. But these are our third and sixth seed. Yuka being a third seed. Yuka actually had kind of a bananas season. Honestly, Yuka was popping off. So it's really cool to see just how well Yuka was doing. And with 47 wins and only 16 losses in a game this random, that is amazing. You see both these racers, I think their highest landings were both 5th. They tied for 5th actually in Season 14. Both eliminated in the same round there. But yeah, we're going to see how they do. That is not going to be the case. I guess that still could be the case. How do brackets work? Anyways, but yeah, so we're going to see them in a moment. But I do want to use this brief pause just to give a quick shout out to our community. Last time we were on GDQ, we did have a healthy amount of people, join in on the community and start to be part of it. And we had a really good time with that. And so if you're new to this and you're like, well, this is actually kind of fun. Like we're a cool crew, we're cool, we're hip. But yeah, you can come check us out. We do have our main community sort of sticks out around in the Crypt of the Necrodancer and Cadence of Hyrule Discord, which I'm sure you can find. I think it's discord.condor.live is the link if you want to click on it or find that. And you can head in there. There is a CONDoR channel which you can hang out at. And then, yeah, we run all our events sort of from there and a few other Discords and all that kind of thing. But it's a good way to get involved. We're also just all over Twitch. So if you follow the Crypt of the Necrodancer channel category, then you will find lots of Necrodancer people. So yeah, and if you do want to start getting into it, there's lots of resources out there you can check out. There's a thing called the Necrotome that I created a long time ago. It shows you all the strategies on how to beat the enemies and stuff. And yeah, this is a game that's more fun once you know all the knowledge. I'll say that. Once you know how this game works, the game really opens up and it can be a ton of fun. So if you're looking for a new game or new community, we will welcome you with open arms. So there you go.
If you've only been watching and haven't played, be ready. It is so hard. Like
that is true. These racers make it look
watching. It's like, oh, why'd you press left there? Like you should have gone right. It's like, well, yeah, they know that too. It's just you got to press a button like every half second. It's crazy.
Yeah,
and decide what button press too.
Yeah, and then there's other characters like Diamond where you can press 8 buttons because you can go diagonal.
Oh, I love Diamond.
Diamond's great. So. Yeah, there is a wealth to this game. There's a lot you can check out. So and it's often like dirt cheap on Steam. Honestly, it's an older game. It's in the sales. So check it out. It's also on like a ton of other platforms and console as well. So yeah, that's a shout out for this game in particular. But also if you do want to like be part of our community, we'd love to have you. More racers, the better. We do run tournaments that are beginner friendly tournaments. We call Conduit. And so if you're just getting into racing, we accept people based on the worst PBs. So if you're a slower racer, we want to have you in there so you can get some experience racing. So yeah, that's that. Good times. And we've been running for, almost a decade now. And this past season, I think, has been awesome. And we don't anticipate stopping anytime soon. So there you go. All right. So I think that's the spiel. Why don't we switch over to the racers and let's get this fourth one off the ground. This is going to be Yuka versus Tang. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty solid match. Yuka, who's been, again, absolutely crushing this season, kind of coming out of the woodwork, seems to be, was a middle of pack racer, but now in top 3. That's awesome. So we'll see how Yuka does. And of course, Tang is no slouch. That is for sure. All right. And the countdown is on. So this race will be beginning in 7, 6, 3, 2, 1, go. I was a little early. There we go. All right. And they're underway. And you'll see both of them are using a different looking skin, but they are still running the Cadence character. We run most CONDoR events with Cadence, but we certainly run a lot of the other characters as well. There's a lot of fun characters in this game. The racers are allowed to change their skin. The Clone's skin. That's an enemy in Zone 2. And Dorian's skin, who is your dad in the Necrodancer fight. Those 3 skins, we let them reskin, but everything else, we would prefer they didn't. And we also, under some reasonableness, because if you I don't know, turn your clone into like a blue dragon skin or something. Who would
do that? That's crazy.
I don't know who would do such a thing, Chancellor, but that can be a little distracting for your opponent. All right.
I remember Will was doing the commentary, like our resident lawyer, and he was like, I guess that's okay. Like, we should probably
no rule against dogs playing basketball.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So early start here, we find quick mapping as well as a Torch of Foresight. The Torch of Foresight's a pretty standard run-of-the-mill torch, except it does give you vision of the traps. And something I'm sure those of you who've been watching, those eagle-eyed viewers out there, are noticing that trapdoors are actually super important to a speedrun. Taking a trapdoor will skip the rest of the floor, but you do have to fight a little mosh pit on the next floor. But it's well worth it for how much time you typically save. And they're both
taking the blood sphere. Yeah, both of them. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, there's some value in the blood spear. I think there's a bit of a debate in the community with regards to spear versus dagger, and there's a little bit more snag arguably with spear, but it's the least bad kind of snag. And it looks like Tang is actually, or was trying to set up a sacrifice on this sacrifice shrine. If you kill enemies next to the shrine, it'll drop weapons. Oh, and Tang kind of messed that up. This is going to take a long time.
You could got it, and it was the glass cat, which is pretty good.
Oh, that was wrong.
Oh, Tang.
You need to sacrifice it next to it. Oh, that's a huge mistake from Tang there. So Tang is going to miss out on the glass cat.
Glass cat's a lot better than a blood spear here.
Blood spear, but I think what we're now going to see then is a black chest check for Tang, which you could not do.
True, yeah.
And so this could actually
be a nice divergence here.
Or it could be a blood
staff.
Or it could be a blood staff. Which is better than the spear, but...
Like a lot better than the spear, but not the... As long as you keep that cat alive, that's much better.
Yeah. This is just a really rough start here for Tang, unfortunately. Now, if Tang does go down half a heart more, they'll be on half a heart. Oh, there is a blood shrine here. This is an opportunity for Tang to maybe find a new weapon, but at least going to get a really good ring out of it if Tang decides to bomb it. Yeah. So that shrine is going to give you a blood weapon, reduce your health to half a heart, but then give you the ring of regen when you bomb it. And that will give you a heart on every floor. So Tang's pretty good for health. Now just needs damage. Oh, and there's a miner's cap here in the shop. Both racers you can find that. Also a heavy shield, which has the same heavy status as the heavy plate. But both racers can't really take it. If they did, they would have been able to grab those cookies. Yeah, not interested in the cookies. Both racers have grenades. It's so funny that this game is like swords, shields, grenades.
And like grenades are in barrels now too, like a single grenade.
That's right.
So it just shows up on 1-1.
Yeah. Single grenade. Ooh, a ring of peace swap. That was interesting. Definitely Tang was looking for a spell there. When you have health regen, that blood magic is a lot easier to cast.
Yeah, your health is like ammo.
Your health is ammo, yeah, exactly. But the Ring of Peace is hard to pass up unless you're Pantslor.
I can do it.
Pantslor is very good at passing up the Ring of Peace. Ring of Peace makes the game easier, and I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, is how you're sighted. That it makes the game less fun because it's
it's really good. It's really good. It's just like, I don't know, I wanted to play the game.
Yeah. It removes,
but
I think,
these people like want to win the tournament or whatever, so I can respect that.
Yeah, and I think the difference was you highlighted playing the game over winning tournaments in your racing days by bombing the Ring of Peace. But yeah, so both racers have the Ring of Peace. It's actually kind of remarkable how Tang has managed to keep up, just constantly swapping weapons while Yuka has just been using this glass cap the whole time, and a titanium whip in the black.
Yuka's kept it alive. That's not nothing.
That's true.
But
that's a good point.
But I do like the image of Tang like fumbling through a sack of weapons tumbling out everywhere. One of these has got to be good.
Stack of weapons. Add it to the game. Let's go. That's the next great item.
Like holster, but it toggles every beat or something.
Love it. Let's make it happen. So I will say that cat swap, it was a bit of a debatable play to transmute weapon in 4-1 because it could be bad, but it was a cat type. But then with the +1 strength.
The +1, yeah.
Yeah, this is really good. So that little anvil charm that Tang has there is going to give +1 damage, which makes this cat
Tang has the better build now. Just depending on how much Yuka pushes with this dangerous glass cat.
Yeah, exactly. You're 100% correct there. It's just better build with an asterisk that as long as glass doesn't break, then Yuka has the better build. A bit of an awkward play there. Cat priority is awkward. The cat only can attack one enemy at a time, but it can attack in 5 different squares. So which enemy does it attack? Well, that's cat priority. And that's something you just kind of got to learn. And it's not the most intuitive and does get people killed quite a lot. Both these racers should know it pretty well. And look at this. We are really close here. There is that trapdoor peeking out in that one room, and it looks like Yuka's going to go for it, maybe? I think Yuka actually having to spend a lot of beats to just not break the glass cat. That's really interesting. I think you nailed it there, Pants. I think that the gold cat is just allowing for a lot more pushing here from Tang.
Oh, it's a gold cat too. There's so much happening. It's hard to. Gold cat's probably my favorite weapon because gold is so fun.
Yeah, using gold for infinite damage. And we got that classic easy left side. And this is gonna be a close race. At this point, yeah, we've got Yuka just barely behind. They both have Blood Shovel, so they're going to be able to dig in really fast. We've already got the start here from Tang. Yuka's just a little bit behind, but some bad teleports or some missed cycles could be really bad here for Tang. But Tang already with 4 hits. Yeah, Tang just managed to make that cat work. This is amazing. So yeah, Tang looks to take this. There it is. Really close race. A
nice Dorian placement at the end there. Hey, Necrodancer, go talk to the cadence over there.
yeah. Dorian's just there going booga booga booga, and the Necrodancer is running away. Yeah, so about a 20-second difference between those two racers, and yeah, I do think it was the glass cat differential. It was so good at the start, but the end there, we've got to be careful not to break it. I feel like once you get to 5-3, it's like just break your glass cat. It's fine. You don't need a weapon for the bosses.
Oh, true. Yeah. That's a good point.
It only is danger up to 5-2 pretty much. But yeah, GG. Solid race. This is boding well for the next couple of races, I'll say. Where we had, that was a nice little seesaw action with Yuka ahead and then Tang coming back with the bag of infinite weapons or whatever we said. All right, GG's in the chat, in the racer chat, and they're going to be starting up the next one momentarily.
It does like this Mario Kart, like, I'm going to butcher this, but like that, the sound when it's like rolling your item, it just does that every like 4 beats or something. Maybe every like 16, give you some time.
A blue shell would be brutal. So you're behind and then you throw a blue shell and they just explode.
What if we had garbage like in Tetris, like multiplayer Tetris?
I love that idea. I think the thing that's nice for anyone who's, not a long-time CONDoR viewer, one of the things that Pants and I like to do is think about how we can make this game probably worse by all of our ideas. All right, here we go. Next race, starting up now. And I think that would be, garbage would be awesome. And I think the funny thing is that so many of our ideas was like, just whatever, there's no way, pipe dream kind of ideas. But now that there's modding in this game, these ideas could be a reality.
There's like combos too, like with Miku. Have you played any Miku? Miku's amazing as a character.
Yes, I have played. I've beat Miku a couple of times.
Completely nuts.
Yeah, the combo ability, there's a lot we can build for that. Certainly in the past, we've talked about the karate.
High combo equals garbage.
Yeah, combo.
Oh, titanium cat. Yo.
All right, so the 1-2 blood shop here contains a titanium cat, probably my favorite weapon in the whole game. Just really solid. Not sure what Tang did there. Tang just kind of dove into the cat, but it's not a big deal. There was some health. So pretty much same build, other than Tang is just half a heart lower. And finding the blood rapier there, was that worth the time to check? I would say not. They used a carrot earlier in the floor, so that's why they have full mapping, and saw that there was a chest there. Decided to check it, but it was just a inferior weapon.
The blood rapier is tempting. Like late game, that gets like really like if you get a +1 damage, that is depending on the build you get eventually, that could be better than the cat. But
yeah,
like for zone 2, you can't. You're going to be too slow in zone 2 on only 1/2 damage.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's part of what makes racing so fun in this, is because it's a roguelike, you don't know what you're going to get. Like, no shade to, like, you know, your Mario races and stuff, but you know what's in that question mark block. I mean, obviously there's randomizers and stuff now, but with this, it's like you're doing high percentage plays. To speedrun this game, it's a matter of learning the procedures and trying to do whatever is high percentage. Here we've got a pretty interesting ring pickup for both racers. The ring of courage, and of course, as we mentioned before, we have a name for every weapon plus ring of courage. And in this case, it has 2 names. We call it the kayak, and we also call it the catapult. So yeah, racers. I mean, some do. I think it's a good pun. I like the catapult, but the kayak is kind of more what it does. You paddle your way through all the enemies on your way by. And yeah, you really scoot. Each little paddle boosts you ahead, just like a kayak. It really is just like a kayak.
Yeah.
I am Canadian though, so I see kayaks and canoes.
It's about equally dangerous as a kayak.
What's not as dangerous?
No, it's about equally dangerous as a kayak.
As a real life kayak?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe catapults. I mean, catapults real life in fairness. But what you can see is that every time you kill an enemy, you zip ahead. But if you're already doing a dash, when you do it, you zip ahead 2 beats, 2 steps. And this really allows you to go crazy fast. And Yuka just picked up so what we're seeing here is Yuka is behind quite a bit, but just picked up the glass armor that will protect this glass jaw. And the glass jaw is aptly named because it does all your damage is doubled, but also you insta-die if you take damage from it. So that's bold pick.
So kind of similar to their glass cat last game.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, at this level, racers should be pretty comfortable running it, but that doesn't mean they won't die from it.
Mm-hmm. And they've got the shield spell, which is a lot. Like
a lot of safety. Anytime things look dangerous, throw on that shield.
Mm-hmm.
And you can keep your health low
because the problem last time, like not having some sort of safety to just be like, all right, it's boss time, my shield's charged, here we go. And so hopefully that'll go better. Yeah,
Zone 5 would have been a lot easier if there was just, pop a shield, now I'm safe. All right, well, Yuka's still powering ahead. Did lose the glass, though, so things are a little scary. But when you have this much damage, you just got to keep killing enemies.
Blast helm.
Swapping off. Going to be taking the armor as well. So, yeah, you can see that Tang has just kind of sped ahead with this much more basic build. And Yuka's got, it's not a weapon bag, but it's a bag of all the other items, I guess.
Oh, did you see Tang there with like the latest entry calculating? Yes, I can. Courage will save me from this ogre hit.
Oh, I did not see that. That's awesome.
That was good.
Yeah, occasionally you can tell that the racers have to hesitate on things. Because this game is beat locked. Usually it's like you don't know if they're panicking or if they totally know what they're doing. But sometimes you get a little glimpse. Yeah, this cat is pretty solid. One danger here in Zone 4 is the goo. without any protection from the goo, you can accidentally catapult yourself onto the goo, and then you might be in a lot of danger. So a preemptive shield there from Tang does well.
Oh, that throwing charm from Yuka, that's real fun. Does Tang have that? No,
Tang did not find the throwing
it's
charm.
It's one of the new items. I'm not used to it yet, but it's
wonderful. So the throwing charm
you can
does
throw once
allow
per
you
floor?
to throw your weapon once per floor. It will boomerang back, but you can throw your weapon as many times as you want per floor. You can just keep throwing
true.
it. It's just it only comes back one time.
So probably just once, but
there's ways. I mean, throwable weapons, we do see some of the top. Oh, this is quite the...
Oh, hello.
And that blast helm.
Blast helm.
Very nice. Nice play by Yuka there to get through. But yeah, you see a lot of these top tier racers with throwables in Zone 4. They will use them against those telemages to get a little extra speed sometimes. All right, conga fight here for Yuka. And Yuka's really just got to power through. Is 2 floors back at this point from Tang, who's just been running a really solid run. But Tang is at half a heart. So it's almost the opposite of what we saw before. So Tang's got to play this kind of safe, which is going to... well, frankly...
The 2 best safety spells.
That's true. But Yuka is...
I don't know. Heal, maybe?
Heal might be useful, yeah. But Yuka is also on very low health. That armor is
Tang's going for the shot.
Transmuting.
That
looking
seems
for
like
help,
a mistake.
maybe?
Like,
Yeah, that's slow.
You do... It's almost the end of the game. You don't have time for this.
Oh my gosh. So now this is so scary. This is when I'm sweating.
They're tied. Oh, wow.
I'm literally sweating. Like this. So yeah, it's an easy left side scoots, which is good. You can see that, yeah, Tang was doing a lot to make sure that was safe, but did have to drop the beat. So is going to be still on half a heart on this Necrodancer fight. It is very easy to take just an occasional chip damage. And doesn't have the shield spell. This is...
Nice play by Yuka, not having the rider block Deadringer.
Oh, I didn't notice this. This is so fascinating. So only 2 bombs now for Tang. Tang is going to have to bomb through. Oh, Red Dragon on the field. This is danger. Eyes on the Red Dragon, everybody. Oh, Necrodancer just bombed the dragon. What are you doing, Necrodancer? Silly goose. But we're seeing butt puzzles from both racers. Dorian is taking 1,000,000 hits. Dorian's only down to 1.5 hearts for Tang right now. This is so scary.
Dorian confused, playing with 2 characters at once, the same controls.
Yeah, this is what can happen. Like, this is like standard Necrodancer can get a little off the rails, but you know, these racers are so good at mitigating that. But there it is. So Tang scraps through, and look at how close this race was.
Wow.
Oh, wonderful. 7 seconds differentiates these 2 racers, both scrapping through, managing to not only play on no health, but managing to go pretty fast on no health. That was sweaty. That was very sweaty.
It's always the most fun when things go off the rails like that, and you can like see a bit like these racers are so good. It's like I don't know, they're playing the game, right? That is that a fast time? The commentator said that was a fast time. When you see stuff like that, and you're like, Cadence and Dorian are both moving on the same arrow keys, but Dorian's confused, and like the health on both is like pretty important. Yeah. Dorian can take a couple hits, but like not too many. Red Dragon shows up.
Oh yeah, Red Dragon. That was bad. All right, this next race is going to start. They're not wasting any time. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. There we go. Yeah, that was stupendous. What a phenomenal race there. And that is a kind of like one of the other racer skills you need to develop is like, how many hits has Dorian taken? Do I need to start paying attention to Dorian?
Yeah, right. And his health moved. It's like, it's so much bigger and more visible now, but in a different spot. I'm still not used to it.
All right, I like what I'm seeing here. We're going to get some wrangling of this Minotaur. Now, if anyone's played your infamous CONDoR level, they'll know exactly how to handle this. One of our tournaments, we have racers, or we have community members make... Oh, throwing charm. Fine, that's interesting. We have community members make puzzles in the level editor, which exists in this game because this game has everything. And yeah, we have them try it out blind. It's super fun. It's kind of like Super Mario Maker, but Necrodancer, which is fun.
Yeah. All
right. Yeah, we do a lot of fun stuff over at CONDoR. Come check it out. We've got lots of tournaments in the hopper. We're going to be announcing soon. But yeah, certainly CONDoR is one we've been talking about bringing back because it's been a while, and there's a lot of great opportunity to make some fun levels out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now here's a question. Boss Shrine. You take it here, Pants?
I generally, yes. I've been playing a lot of Miku, the character, and Boss Shrine is like definitely bad for her, which is like probably true for most characters, or more true than I think it is, because like I want the damage up and the more bosses. That just sounds fun. But when you have two bosses, like two bosses makes the it's slower. Like every exit stairs is now double locked instead of like single locked, and you get a really fast weapon that makes it like all the other enemies you have to deal with them too, because it's hard to kill two bosses really quickly. On the other hand, it's nice having two bosses sometimes, because like one of them will dig through the walls pretty often, and so you don't super need a map. But I don't know. It's I would say it's probably bad, but both of these racers who are better than me both took it, so I don't know.
So QED,
it's probably good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm a big fan of it, but I know I take it to my own detriment. I just can't help myself because getting that damage up charm is really nice, and actually we got a fireball spell out of it, which is easily one of the best just things you can find. So that's really good. Now both racers swapping over to a glass rapier, which is so interesting here because it's like
got 5/9 damage. That's so much.
You can't throw it, so the throwing charm's now negated. You don't need the.
Wait, really?
Well, it breaks. You can throw it, it just breaks because it's glass, and you throw it against a wall and it breaks.
Good.
I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a shard to come flying back at you, you can do that.
Yeah, just glass shards flying back in your face. That seems safe.
Seems totally fine. Yeah, so interesting pickup there. Like that, I think, is the differential between what I was saying earlier, the crystal tier racers versus the next tier down, obsidian or titanium, which is where I belong. Where, yeah, I would not be taking that rapier there. I would just, there's too much else in my build, and there it's actually busted for Tang.
That win made for Tang. Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, that was really rude, and Tang doesn't get a flawless. So Tang is going to be a little behind here, but we'll see if Yuka can maintain this rapier. I will point out that Tang is up 2-0 in this set as the low seed, so it's pretty interesting.
Well, it's true.
Yeah. We'll see if Yuka has an opportunity to start springing back. But Tang had two really solid runs. But yeah, we're going to be checking the transmute here in 2-1 for a better shovel, whereas Tang's already pushed ahead.
And Tang found the base rapier to replace the glass one, and that's like pretty good with the +1. It's not nearly as fast as the glass one, of course. A lot less damage, but enough damage to be really fast. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, Tang just didn't need to throw, but decided to go for a throw, and it was too many beats, and the beetle hit Tang. Yeah, I was about to point out that this was kind of like game one here, where you have glass where you have to kind of go slow, but at this point, yeah, it's all Yuka now. That death, that was a pretty uncharacteristic death. That was just kind of a mistake with the fact that, yeah, that it takes an extra beat to load the throw, and I think enemies that are every other beat, if it's next to you, it's going to hit you, and that's what we saw.
It's cool how
That's funny. Yeah,
That's
Tang, I think, forgetting that they already threw for the blood shop.
Just chucking their weapon away. It's fine. I'll go get it later.
So now, I don't know if you saw earlier, there was a pretty phenomenal moment with the Shield of Shove. But there was some racers who were, Shield of Shove is one of those things that's just kind of new, and so it's not used as much. And I feel like Throwing Charm could have that factor as well, where it's like, yeah, we're still learning how this works a bit. Yuka taking a hit. Now there is nothing protecting this glass rapier. Ooh, swap into the Electro Dagger, though. Yeah,
that's
certainly
nice.
That weapon is one of the best weapons in the game. Especially, it gets better later. So if you get it late game, it's really, really
we
solid.
are later.
We are later, yeah. Zone 4. Depth 4, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Switched it to depth. All right.
Oh, and
Throwing
there's
down
the
some
heavy
big
glass.
coin there
Now
for the
that
heavy glass.
Yuka has left the glass rapier behind on the previous floor, here's the
Thing that
protection you needed for it.
Yeah. Whoops.
It's not perfect, but it's... I would probably still have switched to this Zap Dagger, especially since Tang's so far behind.
Yeah. Yeah, Zap Dagger is very safe. It just clears away all... If you play a lot of other characters, the Zap Dagger is so good with so many of them because you can just let enemies swarm around you if you're going fast. Just like Diamond, I'm thinking of. Really good.
Yeah.
Any of those kind of characters.
Like I said, I've been playing a lot of Miku, and she's like Diamond, but quite different. And the big thing with Diamond for me is there's this like threshold where Diamond's the diagonal character. You can move 8 directions at once instead of 4, just by pressing 2 keys at once. And so like you're a lot faster, kind of twice as fast if you're always moving diagonally. And the enemies are still the same, so they're like slower in comparison. And in Zone 4 especially, you can, if you have a good enough build, you can just mash diagonally towards the exit and not even worry about the stuff you're leaving behind because you're just too fast. You can kill the boss too quickly for them to catch up and for it to be a problem. And it's so fast.
It's such a game changer. That's kind of Diamond speedrunning to a T, is like, let's make Zone 4 not slow and then just fly through.
It's like what you're thinking about the whole time in Diamond is like, do I have a fast enough build for Zone 4? And the thing with Miku is she is already fast enough, like with no items for Zone 4. It's like the craziest Diamond every run. It's so fun.
Oh, I haven't considered that. All right, this nice safe dead ringer here. I mean, I would still argue that probably lures would be the way to go. We have yet to see anyone do lures.
Yeah, okay.
But maybe Pants would disagree. But yeah, that was just...
You don't want to fall asleep in the middle of your match.
Yeah, nice little left side scoots there.
Tang throwing the big hammer.
Big hammer.
The blue dragon. It's fun to see.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. I did kind of wish that the weapons would keep their range or their size when you throw them, but they throw like a dagger. Except
the trident does something weird, but that's like built into the trident. That's not the throwing charm.
Yeah, that's like hard coded into the trident that it throws 3 wide. All right, GG's. So Yuka strikes back. Episode 5. That's a Star Wars reference. So Yuka is now closing in the gap here on Tang. And Tang needs 1 win to take Yuka down. This is very interesting because Yuka is the high seed here. And Yuka has had a unbelievable season. So if Tang takes Yuka down, that would be something. But we'll see. So we're going to have the next match coming up in a moment. This is race 4. Good to see a race 4. Maybe we'll even get a race 5. Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, look at this seed. There's cheese and a rat.
But it's going the wrong way. Like the cheese is a monster and it's like, stop eating me and chasing it. I don't know. I don't know what
Pac-Man. It's Ratman.
3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go into game 4. Starting out with your basic low percent build here. Dagger and a shovel. All the things you borrowed from your Uncle Eli, I think. Again,
do you think he'd let you borrow his hand?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe.
Uncle Eli, that shovel you gave me, I lost it. Could I borrow another shovel? All I have is my left hand here, Cadence. Yeah, Cadence, please.
I mean, his shovel. In fairness, if anyone's not played, Eli is a character you can play, and he's Cadence's uncle. Story doesn't matter, but he has infinite bombs and a shovel hand. But it is different than most shovels because you can push enemies away with it. Rather than doing damage, you kind of knock them back. Both racers here are wrangling the Minotaur for a
really
bloodshot
that seems kind of slow.
That was a long way, but worth it. And we're going to get this same question here. What's better, Gold Cat or Gold Rapier? Or neither? Oh, Tang just goes and throws his dagger. That was like BM.
Thanks for your help, Minotaur. See ya.
This is so great. What was it Spoody Ravio or was it Goo? I think it was Spoody Ravio where they had the same 2 items and they both picked rapier. And now we have Yuka and Tang both picking cat. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, you love to see it. All right, so both taking the cat here with a +1 damage using these sunglasses. I don't know why sunglasses make you do more damage.
Because you're cool.
Yeah, it's just cool points, I guess. Yeah, it's cool is just sort of rolled into damage but yeah, you do extra.
Yeah, it's because it's like you could model those stats separately, but due to the old hardware that this was originally written on in 1970.
70 something. They gotta roll the cool points in. You know,
it just made sense at the time.
There is a roguelike that uses cool as a stat. Enter the Dungeon. Enter the Dungeon. Yeah, coolness is your luck stat, which is fun.
Nice. You could take in the Ring of Gold, which is like really fun for the gold kills. Like the Ring of Gold picks up gold whenever you move. The gold weapon does infinite damage every beat after you pick up gold. So if you kill something, then move, and that picks up the gold, then you can do infinite damage next turn. It's a lot to think about. And you could just it makes opening barrels harder, which can be pretty important, but it's real fun and can be fast.
Yeah, it's definitely harder on the brain RAM, as we've talked about before, where you've got more to keep in mind. But yeah, every time you move, you're going to do infinite damage on the next beat. But with a move attack weapon, that you only do that sometimes, it's a bit wonky. Kind of interesting thing just happened there in the boss chests where they both opened purple, even though they were both right there. Usually you have somebody delay to see what was in it. And it was bad. It was Frost Tomes, but what's most interesting is that Tang took it instead of the blood drum. So Tang leaving the blood drum behind that
Coral Riff advantage, but losing the Necrodancer advantage.
And it looks like I don't think Tang's going to be able to open that.
Yuka was able to do this with the blood drum. Tang's trying to wrangle the Minotaur and eventually gives up.
Oh, and we do find a Shriner now. Wow. The Shriner.
Shriner.
You can bomb the Shriner, and I definitely remember first learning that 3 dragons pop out from watching your stream. We had a good laugh.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's just suddenly there's 3 dragons. So I guess that Shriner, I don't know, is in league with all the dragons or something, but can basically pop up 3 dragons, one of each type, come after you if you bomb it. But of course, racers have learned how to fight those dragons, and you can often get lots of goodies out of it. And we saw both racers get full mapping and a Ring of Peace from it.
And the darkness effect is also really good. Like, and you can negate it by picking up a torch.
Whoa! And Tang doing a bit of a screen peek there, waiting to see what Yuka gets, and doesn't get the torch, but instead goes for the orange, and it's the purple, which is an orange scroll. That's very confusing, and is able to enchant their weapon. So his weapon goes from gold to titanium. So he's got a 3 damage hat, which is a big deal. 3 damage is a bit of a threshold. Having 3 damage makes a big difference versus only 2 damage.
Yeah, a lot of bosses have like 6 health or less, like nearly all of them. There's only one mini boss that has 8 health. And so if you have 3 damage, then you can like hit it in two turns as you run past. But if you only have 2, the 5 and 6 damage ones need 3 hits, and then you kind of have to stick around and go back. And if it's a Minotaur and it runs past you permanently, and you have to go chase it down, it's bad.
I don't know if you caught that super slick Coral Rift kill there from Tang, but you called it with the Coral Rift kill with the tomes. Mm-hmm. But Tang sliding in like a baseball player, throws down a pulse spell like a baseball player, and hits Coral Rift to aggro, and then does the 2 hits while sliding.
Baseball players use pulse spells now?
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is a big part of baseball these days.
I have not been paying attention to sports. Wow.
Yeah, it's hard to care about games and sports sometimes, but yeah, the pulse belts, it was a bit of a questionable change. Anyway,
did they have to like change the rules for that, or is that like the no dogs in basketball?
Yeah, there's
thing?
nowhere in the rule book that says no pulse.
You can't use pulse spell.
Yeah. In any case, it was really slick, but these zones are going by very quickly. This build is very, very strong. We're already going into zone 5.
Darkness, peace, move attack, math.
They all had pretty decent health, even though it looked as though Yuka had low health. They did have a potion, so was able to utilize that to go fast. And here we are, scrapping through the first boss room of zone 5.
Oh, nice play by Tang. They're going right instead of up. Up would have been faster, but cat priority would have hit the zombie instead.
Smart.
And then the Minotaur would run away.
Yeah, knowing how your cat works, very important in life.
It sounds like a self-help book.
Oh! Wait! What? How did Yuka die there? I didn't realize that Yuka had like no... Oh my goodness, yeah, I did, my little danger alarm was not going off. I didn't realize how close they both were to death, but now we've got Tang on 1 heart. Oh, finding cookies. Never mind. Gonna eat those cookies. But Yuka going down because there's one enemy in particular, the deviled egg here, where when you knock the egg body off, it suddenly moves into a super fast little devil guy, and they do quite a bit of damage, and that's what Yuka just got hit by.
Tang has not eaten the cookies yet. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. What are you doing? Just walking around, savoring the moment. A little delayed gratification, I guess. And that was a big deal. Because now this is, I mean, it's not over, but Tang does have a very solid lead, and you can see Tang going through those slow play procedures, trying to just build up the safest build possible.
Yeah, like get a
blast helm, blood shovel. Those are all really great Necrodancer items.
You're down to 2 damage, but that's probably fine. You've got Ring of Peace, so the bosses are no longer the mini bosses have like 3 and 4 health. I guess the metronome still has 5. Is that right?
No, I think it's the low level metronome that's 3.
It has 3. Okay.
Yeah, I think the green one's 5 and the brown one is 3. I might be wrong. Been wrong before. I'm commentator right now. All right, so going on to the Necrodancer fight here. Tang is looking to take this series in an upset, which is something. They're going to go up against Spooty. Not exactly. I don't know if that's the biggest victory there. Like, congratulations, you get to play against Spooty now.
Good luck.
Yeah, but tons of health. No armor though, so you do got to be a little careful. But like you were saying, the mini bosses we're going to see are only pretty low tier ones. I guess those ogres hit pretty hard.
Nah, an ogre couldn't possibly end this run.
I see what you're trying to do over there. Oh, but that is going to do it. It's all ogre. And Tang takes the set 3-1 over Yuka in a shocking turn. Very interesting. Excellent races. And yeah, what fun. Wow. Alrighty, so then I guess with that, we're going to be moving on after this break to the losers round. These will be best of 3s. So this is danger mode. This is when people start getting eliminated from the tournament. So yeah. Yikes. This will be some nail biters, but that'll be after the break. So thanks again for watching, and yeah, we'll get to the break.
Yeah, we're going to take the break while we get ready for the next set of races. We'll see you in a few minutes, everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Today, we have the CONDoR community, Crypt of the Necrodancer Online Racing. They have their seasonal playoffs today, so we're showcasing the matches. I'll hand it right back over to y'all.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Church. Yeah, we are back. We're in danger mode now. We're in the losers bracket.
Danger mode.
Yeah, this is not a fun place to be for these racers, but this is how these double elimination tournaments work. We do have to eventually eliminate people. That is, otherwise we'll never end. So yeah, we're gonna have DT versus BGM here in this. Winner will move on to. They'll still stay in the losers bracket. It is a double elimination tournament. They have already lost once. But the loser here will be unfortunately going home early. But it is DT versus BGM. You can see this is a close matchup in their Season 15 face-off. It was BGM, but it was a 2-1 victory. And it is slightly leaning BGM in this, but we shall see how this goes. So yeah, with that, I think why don't we just dive right in? It is, again, it's a best of 3. So this could be over in 2, which is a little scary. I'm scared.
Danger mode.
Danger mode. All right. So yeah, with that, we'll get these racers going. They're going to be popping in their seeds.
I assume you probably said this at some point in the first half, but well, it's been a while and I didn't hear it. The racers are playing seeded, but they don't know the seed ahead of time. This is the point of that is just that they're on the same seed and they don't have like wildly better luck than the other person.
Yeah, I think it is worth. Yeah, exactly. And it's worth reiterating that the whole point of speedrunning roguelikes in general, which I'm sure most of the people in this channel are now familiar with, but is doing high percentage decision making on your way through. Just making all those little tiny incremental changes to your play so that you're going to be just going a little faster than your opponent. I missed the countdown, but we are going here. So DT versus BGM. And yeah, every little tiny move matters. You can see that actually BGM noticed that this is in fact a potion.
Potion room.
We do allow screen watching, so even if DT didn't see on their own screen, they might have noticed BGM picking up that potion. And so a little early safety here for both racers as they get down to the next floor. But we've definitely witnessed it early on in these races that one time decision or one small little mistake can really impact later on, where you might end up not being able to afford something from the blood shop or whatever. And so yeah, that's all part of this. And these racers are the best of the best, and they're going to be doing probably the least mistakes that you would see as they try to fight their way through here, which is not a very charitable way to talk about their skill. Doing the least mistakes. Here we are.
Oh, is that DT taking the winged boots? Interesting.
Yeah, early wing boots for both. I think BGM missed a beat there and ended up popping the frost charm. Luckily, they had it. So taking
is this the play? Wing boots, really?
Yeah, you can toggle them.
You can toggle them? What? Who changed this game?
Yeah, the wing boots have been dramatically improved.
Interesting.
Anyone who might be confused by DT seemingly breaking the game by going super fast, there is an item called a heart transplant, and that allows you to momentarily go faster than the beat. You can kind of just go on your own speed, and we're gonna see BGM do the same thing right now. BGM actually gonna do some quick shopping with the ring, and then gonna swap back the ring maybe.
That is the best use of the heart transplant IMO. Is just running over to the shop real quick, and the enemies move as fast as you do, so using the transplant for that is good because the enemies are not generally in the shop.
That's right. Yeah, really interesting build differential here. I think BGM did break the longsword, so doesn't have access to it, but yeah, BGM opting to keep the Ring of Shadows over the Ring of Peace, maybe to win Pansler's favor over here of not taking the Ring of Peace. Because yeah, now it's quite a difference. Ring of Peace is really good, and
aren't there like real reasons to do? Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I think there are some reasons. One of the main ones is that you don't have your build yet.
Force seed differences.
Yeah, there is some wackiness that can happen with regards to some seed variants if you're not taking the same things. I think most seed variants has been removed from the game, so the seeded is really close, including like bat movement is the same now. But
oh, cool.
There is some seed variants that still exist, but I really think it's just a matter of trying to get a better build. Recognizing that they're behind by breaking that glass, but the glass is not necessarily an end game pickup. So what about we, save this ring and let us do a little extra shopping? Was it worth it? I don't know. This is like a 4 damage longsword that can't break. So that's okay, because there is the Ring of Might, which is the +1 damage on this obsidian longsword. But you can see a full zone behind.
It's throwable too.
It is throwable. Yeah, you don't want to throw your glass, as we've talked about. Ooh, and a Ring of Courage.
Switching off of Peace for Courage. I love it.
There you go. From very safe to very not. Although these racers, Courage is largely safe because they're so good. But we'll see how it goes. The pressure is on. I mean, we also haven't really even talked about the fact that, this game, it's a lot for your brain. And when you're in a situation like this, especially on GDQ, it can mess with you a little bit. And, they seem to be keeping their cool, but when you switch away from something that's safe and comfortable to something that is dangerous, that could be a factor.
BGM taking some hits. It's fine. They've got a potion, but that is 2 out of their 6 hearts gone.
Yeah, and of course DT is fine taking hits for a number of reasons. One is that your hearts don't super matter when you have glass, because getting hit and breaking your glass it's not the end of the run, but it's not great. So you can use your hearts for other things like that.
Or digging through that spiked wall.
Yeah. Which I don't think breaks your glass. Well, no, you're safe with the Courage. Courage shovels.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was looking at their hearts. I was like, wait, no, they didn't take damage, did they?
Yeah, it's the Courage shovel does that.
There's a lot of stuff in this game.
There's a lot, yeah. That's one of the things I notice when I try to take the sort of mindset of okay, you're new to this game, you're just seeing what's going on. It's like, oh yeah, no, there's a lot of things, but
DT just purposely broke their glass by throwing it.
Whoa.
Just the boss was already dead, and they just threw their... It's odd.
I wonder if it was just a fat finger. That's weird.
Yeah.
They ended up with a much better weapon, the Obsidian Cat, with the Ring of Courage. Let's say it all together now, chat. It's the...
Kayak.
Yeah, and killing the metronome here to get down to 5-3. We've got DT well ahead still. And just paddling their way through Zone 5. Nice little fireball from away from that dragon there just to soften it up a little bit. Really nice. And I mean, BGM is keeping it close.
Look at this dead ringer. It's beautiful. It's fine.
Wow.
Nice.
Put it back on the rails. That was an off the rails dead ringer.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Dance's favorite.
They swapped off Peace for Courage. Did unnecessary off the rails dead ringer. I
approve. The favors have been dangled. All right, and it's phase 2 of the Necrodancer here for DT, looking to take this first match in the best of 3 and throwing.
You can throw the loot. That's right.
Throw the loot.
That's so good.
Excellent, and might even get the dead ringer death there for BGM, but it would not have mattered as DT does take game 1 here.
Looks like that was off the rails. I wasn't watching. Shoot.
Yeah, I missed it.
Looks exciting.
It's a shame that BGM goes down, but yeah, DT taking a solid win. Around 7 minutes. That's pretty much my PB. Just casually, they're just getting my, I'm not bitter. Oh, salty, it's fine. All right. So, moving on to game 2 here. I think that had a lot to do with DT just getting that early lead and not breaking the glass longsword for a long time. Whereas, BGM, it was broke that glass and then had to do some shenanigans to try and catch back up, and it just didn't quite pan out. All right, so this race is going to start in 3, 2, 1. Go. There we go.
I should make a mystery tome that has pages from the different tomes in it.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. You know what? I like it. Casting ridiculous spells. Isn't there's a D&D wand or something? Is it the Wand of Wonder? Where it has like 100 different effects that it can do and you roll a D100?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if there's so many effects you could possibly have in this game. It would be kind of fun to have the like Chaos Wand.
Like a really low recharge spell that like you press it and it says infinite damage because you just picked up gold for 1 beat with your, titanium weapon. And you're like, wait, what? What? The only thing you see is your weapon glowing gold.
Oh man.
Speaking of gold, BGM just opened a barrel with the infinite damage from the gold.
Yeah, very nice. So yeah, they both actually got that and have their bombs, and both running with this gold spear. Definitely not an end game weapon, but will allow you to open up some things and get some gold kills. Hopefully will allow you to find yours. There was a quick shop check there. You don't see the 1-2 shop checks too often from racers, but it's usually full of garbage. But sometimes you find something amazing, and if it's just close to the spawn like that, it's probably worth checking. But due to that shop check and the little extra checks we saw from BGM, NDT has actually passed. Oh, but now they're both checking the shop. And NDT likes the look of that torch. Torches do offer a little bit of mapping. And what have we here? Another Ring of Courage. What?
Yes.
Right.
It's
Courage
the best
Spear.
ring.
Don't actually think we have a name for that.
Courage gold, too.
Yeah, gold courage. Yeah, so whenever you kill an enemy at point blank with the spear, you courage immediately onto its gold, which means you're going to have infinite damage on the next attack. And that actually can lead to a whole chain of attacks of infinite damage. Pretty good.
You can call it the Pac-Man.
Did DT miss the ring? Okay, DT is looking. This is a really unfortunate thing that can happen.
Yeah, ooh.
It's in that room. I think it just might be a hidden chest. There it is. Yeah, so that was a long way to walk.
Oh, it's an interesting choice here for BGM. Like the Obsidian or Onyx flail, which is like, I don't know, it's a flail, so in zone 4 and 5 it's bad, and it's only 1 damage, but it's Onyx, so it's also infinite damage sometimes.
But it's Courage Onyx.
Oh, it's Courage, yeah, so that doesn't work, right?
Not infinite damage. So yeah, Onyx is a new material type for weapons, and it will do, if you just attacked and hit an enemy, your next attack will be infinite damage, so long as you didn't move. Yeah,
BGM was just trying it right there, and the Courage movement negated the Onyx effect.
Oh, was that transmuted? No, it didn't take the transmute. Oh, wait a minute. My favorite item in the whole game, the Boots of Pain.
Nice.
With a Courage Flail. This is a really nice build now for BGM. I am such a huge fan of this.
Your weapon is now Boots of Pain, and the flail is a nice side benefit.
Yeah, nice little bonus there. So Boots of Pain will give you a 3 damage lunge. It's just like you kick forward, and it's really solid. Oh, another catapult here for DT. So yeah, the build is really spreading out between these two racers.
That's sort of wild. DT ignoring the arena fight that would have given a Courage Shovel, which is not as good anymore, but I have no idea how much worse it is, but not even good enough to do the fight for, I guess.
I would say
they've got the cat also, which makes it more awkward.
I was a little surprised, but yeah, it might be due to the cat. I don't think it's that much worse. BGM, this is a little sketchy. Okay. BGM did swap the Onyx out for a
nice.
Harp, which is a pretty good pickup.
That seems better.
Or sorry, not harp. Blood flail. Yeah, that is better. That'll be just a little extra protection. Of course, we do call the Courage Flail the mop, because you sort of mop up all the enemies like that. A nice Battle Shovel kill by BGM there. Battle Shovel, after you dig, you do infinite damage. Nicely done. But getting a lot of snag. This is one of the downsides of this flail, is if you get stuck on those hot coals for a beat standing still, you take half a heart. Or is it a full heart? It's a full heart.
Is it really?
Yeah. So rare to happen.
Oh, there's armor and ham. Look at this shop.
Yeah, careful though. So there is a dove charm, and if you dove the shopkeeper, he'll teleport. That little dove that's floating below Cadence will teleport enemies. And if you accidentally do that to the shopkeeper, he's just going to teleport somewhere randomly. And the shopkeeper does a lot of damage. Oh no, drop the flail. Now those boots don't do anything.
Yeah, this seems... Well, the Blade Masters with the flail snag are going to be real bad, so maybe this is a good play.
Yeah. You can still use the boots if you
can always throw your... Yeah, exactly. Throw it through a Blade Master and then use the boots to... It's probably not a good idea, but...
Yeah, usually you want to have your weapon. All right, so definitely the build goes to DT, but it's that same situation we've talked about time and again, where glass is good until it breaks. Meanwhile, though, BGM is really using this battle shovel to get that infinite damage. We love to see it. And another familiar here, the rat familiar. So that does 1 piercing damage every time it runs into an enemy. That's why that Blade Master just evaporated there. And we're still seeing the boots do something. If there's an enemy behind the enemy you just killed and you dash forward, your boots will still hit. So yeah, courage plus the boots of pain are pretty awesome. And you can see that BGM is doing a decent job keeping up, but BGM's tournament life is on the line here, and DT has a win already. So another win here from DT will be DT moving on. So yeah, BGM's just got to fight for their tournament life here. And checking for any weapon, please. Nothing. So unless that cap breaks, BGM is in dire straits. Yeah, down to half a heart now. Things are scary for BGM.
DT's got all the safety with the heal and the shield.
Right. Yeah, you can see just how the build differential really comes to a head here at the end of the game. And that lack of health and lack of move attack. And BGM finally runs out of steam there. Just could not.
Oh, that's rough. The dove teleported the skull as it popped.
Oh,
or the skeleton. Did it pop
expecting to hit it?
It must have popped from the boots of pain, because otherwise the skull itself would have teleported the beat beforehand, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, weird.
Anyway, that's right.
Now that's tough for BGM. That was a solid tournament. BGM finishing the tournament was 16 and 17, but those 17 wins were against some of the top racers coming into this. And unfortunately is going to be exiting the tournament a little earlier than they probably hoped. But that is going to be DT taking this. GG's and moving on to round 2 of the losers bracket. And I think they're going to be facing the loser of Spoody and Tang. So congratulations, you win that. Alrighty. So that's going to be that for this match. We have 2 more matches today and a handful, close to 7 or 8 tomorrow. So the next match is going to be another losers round. Ravio Linguini versus Yuka. And that's going to be coming up after this break.
Yeah, and we're gonna take the break so we can get ready for all the other racers, or the next 2 racers. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second race here. Or, you know what I mean. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, second losers round.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick. Today we are showcasing the CONDoR community, Crypt of the Necrodancer Online Racing. They have their playoffs today, and so we're showcasing the races. I'll hand it right back over to y'all.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a fun day of racing so far. We've got 2 more matches for you, but then we've got a whole crop of them tomorrow, and those are the big money matches there, because that's going to be going into who's going to win this whole tournament. This is our 15th season of CONDoR. 15. You heard right. We've done 15 of these seasons. And it's been a really good time. We had over 50 racers in this season. And this is our top 8, and we've now narrowed it. We're narrowing it down. We're going to have our top 6 by the end of today. I do want to mention a couple of really interesting facts of what had happened already today. First off, that very first match, if you were here and lucky enough to catch it, Tough versus NDT, it was our 4th fastest race of the season. And there was over 1,000 races this season, and that was the 4th fastest. So that's pretty cool. And then the other thing I wanted to point out, which is kind of fun, is that Spoody versus Ravio, Spoody has 3-0'd Ravio every single time they matched up this season, except for today, where Ravio took a game off Spoody. So Ravio was pretty proud of that, and that's great. And speaking of which, it is time to see Ravio defend their place in this tournament versus Yuka. You can see the stats on the screen there. But yeah, basically this is going to be, Yuka is definitely heavily favored. Yuka is it's surprising that Yuka is into the losers bracket this early, but how these tournaments go. So with that, I think we should dive right in and see how this all shakes out.
It's so fun having these pictures on the seed entry now. Like it's mainly just useful so you can easily double check the other person. But like there was the rat and the cheese, and there was the 2 books, and now there's 2 rings. Like Aiden's second finger DLC.
Well, if you're into the weeklies, this
look at that weekly. Shielded rat.
A shielded rat.
Nothing can touch him.
It ran away from the cheese, and then it found a couple of shields to protect itself.
Coming back with a vengeance.
That's right. All right, this race is about to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. All right.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Immediate bat cave. But yeah, if you want to play the weekly, you can have as many fingers as you want on Cadence, because there's no limit in this current weekly to the amount of items you can have in an item slot.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Weekly?
Yeah, the weeklies. So the weeklies are challenges made up of mods from the modding community, and they're incredible. And the current one allows enemies to have items, so you can get pulse spelled by Coral Rift, which is a good time.
Good. That's amazing. Oh,
or they might have a glass jaw and just evaporate.
I've not heard anything about this. This sounds great.
It's so good. And then you have unlimited item slots. So whenever you pick up a second weapon, it just adds to your current weapon. And you can have all the rings, and you can pick up multiples of the same item.
Sounds kind of like the bag of weapons.
It's kind of like a bag of weapons, honestly. Yeah, true. And yeah, it turns out Ring of Becoming is very bad because you can't get rid of it. It's just the Ring of I'm going to die. So
if you go to the transmog shop and you've got like 10 rings on,
I think it's last one in gets transmog.
Oh, it's not all of them?
It's not all of them.
All of them for the price of one? That'd be cool.
It is some glorious chaos.
That's amazing. Wow, look at this shop.
Okay, so this
another Peace Darkness Shriner.
Ooh, a bit of a wasted bomb there from Ravio. It was wise to use the bomb, but unfortunately it only hit the green dragon, which is the least dangerous of all dragons. As we all know. But a double bomb.
It's still pretty good. Like, I mean, the reason you get rid of the enemies in the boss room is so you can take on the actual boss and safely.
True. So that's kind of how that works.
Would have been better if it had something else.
But both of them getting this ring swap. Bomb count is slightly off as Ravio has one more, and has a cheese. But otherwise, they're pretty much on parity. There's really not a big meaningful difference between the two. Nice little shop here. One thing you mentioned that I do want to just do a quick correction on is that I think aggro isn't as, like with the darkness.
Oh,
there's still a bit different? More aggro. Yeah, they kind of nerfed darkness a little bit. It's a bit of a niche thing, but darkness isn't as good because you still aggro. Because before you could just walk past all the enemies when you took darkness. Now that's not exactly the case. So
nice gold kill on Conga for Ravio.
Gold harp coming in handy. There's no gold heart on Yuka's side, so this is going to be 2 pokes here because this version of Conga only has 2 health. For such a big gorilla, I feel like he's only got 2 health. What's going on here?
They should just scale his sprite and make him look like, wildly bad on everything except for Conga 3.
Or just make him look real old or something for this one. I don't know.
Like Cranky Kong?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a mod that can be done. Yeah. And you can have number 3 as Funky Kong. There you go. The best of all Kongs.
He has sunglasses, so he does +1 damage.
That's right. Okay. We're going to get killing this gold shopkeeper here. And I guess we'll see. Yeah, I think Yuka picked up the glass jaw earlier. And it's going to pick it up again. That glass jaw is double damage. So this longsword is now an 8 damage longsword. With the piece, that's pretty strong. You're pretty much just going to melt everything, as you can see. Just beaming through. But honestly, the jaw might be an unnecessary risk because all the mini bosses are pretty much one hit anyways from just a 4 damage.
Yeah, like what has more than 4 health at all? Dead Ringer?
The golems.
Golems, yeah.
Any of the golems and the ogre.
The ogre, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The mummy? Does mummy have 6? I think so.
Yeah, the mummy. Yeah, a lot of the mini bosses, but also even a few of the just normal enemies do have that earth dragon, of course. All its health.
So that'll be green though, right? With the piece.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't think it'll come in as a ground dragon. So an interesting fact here is that Ravio opted not to take the glass armor, which is usually what you want when you have a glass weapon, and that signals to me that Ravio's looking to swap this weapon off. So we might see a black check here for a better weapon, but that's a hard check to do. But both of these past boss chests have been of inferior ring, so checking black might have been the way to go, but you would just hate for your opponent to get a really good spell out of it and you missed it. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Okay, there's a shop here that might have some better weapon options. Are we going to check it? Oh, that was a telemage. That was really hard to see.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah, well handled by Ravio there, not taking a hit. And there's the big bomb charm. Whenever you cast a bomb, it's now a 5x5 bomb. And there was a weekly a few weeks ago that was
the Necrodancer
weekly, and that was pretty weird and chaotic too, where you could get modifiers for all your bombs. And you have like a grid bomb or like all kinds of cool stuff.
What does that even mean?
Like
every bomb is already a grid bomb.
Like it would.
Oh, wacky.
Yeah, I guess checkerboard is a better way to say it. Yeah. And you could get a bomb that would, if you keep planting the bomb, it gets bigger. Until it explodes whatever size you
like
eventually got.
Like an inflatable bomb.
It's an inflatable bomb, yeah. Nice distance pulse there from Ravio to scoot through, and Ravio's got the lead here. And Yuka is running on a naked jaw here. No armor protecting, so instant death from any hits. That's not spicy, I don't know what is. But still doing 8 damage, I guess that's a plus. Ravio won't die, but Ravio will lose their weapon.
Oh, nice pulse.
Yeah, very good. And those 1-beat enemies are diagonal to you. You don't have a weapon for it. Pulse is really handy. Not interested in that red chest. It will only mean there'll be a lot of bats. So I'm just going to leave it. Your prize is full of bats, and that's not good.
Oh, look at that. Lightning.
That was glorious.
Was that 18 enemies? No, 17?
Was that what it was? That's
9 skulls and water plus
pink orb.
Oh no.
And so Yuka does take a hit there and goes down. It was a high risk play taking the jaw, and yeah, it did not work out.
Dang.
Oh, and look at that immediate heavy glass. This is just how it goes. This is like, I know it's confirmation bias, but every time an opponent dies in CONDoR, they're the surviving member of the race always gets all the safety. And yeah, that heavy glass paired with this glass longsword means that we're in pretty good shape.
And like on 5-3, like you're not going to take 3 hits.
No.
And if you do, you can use the Scroll of Need to get a glass rapier.
That's true.
Which you don't even need because the game, like, you don't need a weapon.
You don't need a weapon, yeah. I was going to say that I feel like the Scroll of Need is the closest we got to the bag of random weapons.
Yeah.
A little bit. There's just a bit of, or the Wand of Wonder. It's just a little bit random. All right, big bombs.
Like, maybe it feels random if you don't know how it works, but it's very not.
Yeah, no, it's pretty deterministic. You just have to know what are the flag or what item. So I think right now it will give a torch. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, possibly a shovel.
Oh, with the shovel gone, yeah, that might. Yeah, it will do a shovel. You're right.
Oh, they should pop it at the end to see what happens.
Oh yeah, if you're listening to commentary, Rapio, use your scroll of need. Nah, gonna just take the win, and that's a 1-0 over Yuka. Unfortunate here for Yuka, who, has such a high top speed, but has been having a bit of a struggle today, I guess. But I mean, honestly, it was just, taking some high risk plays, and having watched Yuka through the season, those high risk plays that's Yuka's bread and butter. So, just unfortunate. But GG's.
GG.
All right, next race is going to be happening momentarily. Hopefully we can get this to at least a game 3. I would love to see it. Make sure to give your energy over to Yuka. We'll see if Yuka can take one back. I'm an impartial judge here, but I'm on team more racing. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. We are underway with another bat closet right off the hop. Or off the flap, I guess. Bats don't really hop, do they? Maybe when they're
I don't know.
When they're walking around on the ground.
If you use a fear scroll on them, do they hop?
I think everything kind of hops. Oh, in the chaos mod, mini bosses can have fear scrolls, and then they use it, and then they run away, which is hilarious. I had a good laugh.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, it's good. Anyways. Oh, nice. I'm going to be dangling some favors in chat. Yeah, we're going to be open for a nice close match, if anything, here, as Yuka finds the pulse spell using the gigantism scroll to dig in. Ravio not having it, so going to have to just use a bomb. You can use the other bomb for an aggro. Saving the heart, you could just pick up the pulse for a heart and then use that to aggro the blood shopkeep. Or just take the pulse and go. Honestly, the torch isn't super worth it.
Oh, it's the boots, but Yuka's got, is that Yuka? Has not enough health. Yeah, Yuka.
But bombed the Gluttony Shrine.
Oh,
which
nice.
has keys in it. So now we have boots. The boots of pain. My favorite.
How's that shrine work? It doesn't respond to me, but I think you're supposed to eat next to it, but I keep getting confused with the other new shrine because they look the same.
Yeah, you do need to eat food next to it, and when you do,
it
drop.
So much food?
I think the amount
2 hearts
is
or something?
The level of item you get out of it. It gives you 3 items, so it improves. So if you eat a ham next to it, you're going to get better items than if you eat just an apple. And then when you bomb it, you get a magic carrot, I think. So you can get a heart container out of that too.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Pretty
Ooh, I like this pickup. Boots of Pain. You want to have a weapon that can...
yeah.
And a magic drumstick. So I was just mentioning the magic food. Magic food, if you overeat beyond your heart containers, it will give you more heart containers. And so we're going to see Ravio do the same, and they're going to be up to 5 heart containers now. A little added protection or ammo, if as we were talking about earlier, for using your spells.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine finding a glowing purple drumstick and being like, yeah, I'll eat this?
You wouldn't? It could be magic.
Maybe not immediately.
Oh, and Ravio skips. Now it wasn't a good purple, but there could have been a good black there potentially. Like, obviously Blood Rapier is good, but there's better weapons out there. And red is also pretty good. You can check red. It's got some goodies in there. Better shovels, better charms, perhaps. Even some torches. But these torches are allowing for Ravio to spot all these dig-throughs. Zone 2, you always want to go through walls, and sometimes you have these little Minecraft tunnels. Nice little pulse on that dirt golem. And there's another dig-through here in 2-3. They were all dig-throughs. The zone of dig-throughs.
This is the pain dig-through with 3 spike walls, though.
Yeah, that was funny. All right, this is awkward. Oh, it was a dig-through, but there was another dig-through. There was 2 dig-throughs, and so there were 4 dig-throughs in that 3-floor zone. That's crazy. All right, nice little pulse. We're going to see another pulse here from Ravio. Liked that. That was cool. And a blood drum to speed it up. And these purple chests have been terrible. I feel like the past few matches, these purple chests have been really bad. just tomes and garbage. And I think Ravio once again just skipped, trying to catch up and doing a pretty good job of it, honestly.
Yeah,
Now, there was a conjure shop,
ahead.
which Yuka's going to be checking, and a bit of a risk for Ravio to skip it, but is it going to be good? I mean, the double of courage, that's a good pickup. Oh, and you can see just lack of damage here for Ravio.
Yeah, Ravio definitely should have backed off, right? Wouldn't that have saved 1 or 2 beats?
Yep, I think it would have been slightly more efficient to use pain there.
Oh, plus you get the rapier +1 damage. It would just be a single hit.
Oh, that's true. That is true. All right, swapping armor to a gi, karate gi. This weapon was, armor, excuse me, was buffed from before. Before, if anyone hasn't played since Synchrony, the gi used to be you do double damage and you take double damage. Though the double damage is only your base damage, unlike the jaw, where it doubles everything. But that has since changed. Now it's double your base damage, but you only take 1 extra heart. So it's a little safer.
It's like 2 half hearts?
2 half hearts, yeah.
Okay, that's...
I think so.
What happens if a white skeleton hits you? Does it do...
Extra? Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. Okay. Sort of like a reverse crystal armor then.
Sure, yeah.
It makes you vulnerable to chip damage, but big hits don't matter so much.
Yeah, big hits certainly don't matter as much as they used to.
They still do matter because they're a big hit and you don't have armor because you have a gi.
Yeah, that's also true. You're just wearing cloth, you know. But yeah, I like the change. I think it's nice, and it does allow Ravio to have a pretty solid build here, even with a base damage rapier. And the only difference here is Yuka has piercing. So Yuka... the courage shovel plus boots of pain. Yeah, that's what happened there. So it was couraging through the wall, kicking the Blade Master, which activated it, and then that Blade Master immediately did an attack. So a quick death there on Yuka. That is magic now for Yuka. I was so excited for you. No. Oh, sad. Yeah, Yuka was having such a season. Really just storming, but there's always next season, I guess. Not that it's over. It's not over yet. We still have a gi. We're taking extra damage.
Which appears to be just a half heart, according to chat.
Ah, my bad. Okay, just a half heart. That's even better. And we're starting to see some slow play procedures here. Looks like Ravio is interested in whatever is in that Shriner shop.
Are the tier 1 Blade Masters, are they called Apprentice Blade Masters? Is that their official name?
Always thought it was the opposite.
The Apprentice is the tier 2?
The tier 2 is the Apprentice, which makes 0 sense, but just in my mind. I think you're right. I think it is the Apprentice and then normal.
I'm here to say though that it doesn't make sense, because wouldn't you just be an Apprentice Blade Master? Yeah, it seems like you're assuming a bit much.
True. Well, I don't really know how the ranking works with Blade Masters, honestly. Who knows? Necrodancer is a bit of an agent of chaos. Who knows how he ranks his creatures? He might just be Blade Master. You get to be a beginner Blade Master.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, you could do in the run back, doing whatever they can to just try and get back into this. Because it isn't over, but you can see that Ravio is actually killing the conga line here to gain health back, because the blood rapier, you can see any blood type weapon, it's got a little number underneath it. It says 8 kills currently. Once that gets down to 0, you heal for half a heart. So it's a regenerative weapon as well, which is pretty handy.
Is Ravio playing with Vim key bindings? KOKL.
I don't know if that is. It might just be playing WASD and then...
Except, KOL semicolon.
Okay. Yeah, it might be the, same WASD shape, but over near the O, I guess. But that would be...
place to put your fingers on the keyboard.
Oh, yeah, but it's the plus, so it's the only place they're doing. Huh.
Oh yeah, look at the pulse. The pulse is O plus semicolon.
Whoa, just right in the middle. Right in the middle of the old keyboard.
Maybe Ravio's been playing Necrodancer for so long that they're trying to like keep their keyboard like evenly worn down.
They just switch the 4 combination every like month or something.
That is too funny. Yeah.
Next race we'll be seeing like 4ERT or something.
Yeah, fair. My keyboard's got some problems in the cursor keys in the WASD. That's so funny. Oh, left-handed mouse setup. Interesting.
Okay.
Very cool. Well, that's fun. Fun little insights you can see. Things we notice when the race is not close. All right, Bloodharp. Hey, Bloodharp's actually kind of cool with this build, but I think at this point it's just let's wrap things up is what Ravio's looking to do.
Yeah, Ravio like looks pretty safe, but isn't. Like, I mean, they are pretty safe.
Yeah.
But they're not as safe as they might look with all those hearts up there.
Yeah.
So they've got the key and no armor and no potion.
Yep. Does have a heavy shield though. Ah, here we go. It's lures time. All right.
Boo.
Oh, but the lures were not done properly.
Maybe I shouldn't boo, but... Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm good.
There you go. Yeah, so the lures are arguably the safest possible strat. And it's very slow, but it's good because it's super safe. So if you're way ahead, you want to use lures, typically. But if you do so, you run the risk of getting booed by Panslore. So there's that. Alrighty.
It's safe. It's winning the tournament. That's right. I gotta keep reminding myself.
Yeah, it's a tournament. They're trying to win. All right. So yeah, Ravio is going to be cleaning up this Necrodancer fight here. And with one more hit, very nice teleports. You can see placing Dorian down right like that is what most racers will do just to keep Dorian out of the way because he can cause some weird shenanigans with how the Necrodancer moves. So you want to kind of keep him down there rather than right next to you. Makes things easier. But there it is.
Specifically good at a 2-3 angle more down or a 3-3 distance for specific reasons.
No idea.
But those are best.
Or you put a little earth shield around them. Like doing that. Put them in a little hidey hole. All right. Well, that is going to do it for our losers round for today with Ravio. Moving on. What was that?
He has no shovel. Or not one that I can see on screen right now.
I don't know.
Yeah, ignore me.
Glass. Okay. So Ravio does win against Yuka there. Yuka is unfortunately eliminated and is going to be joining BGM in the audience. But we have Ravio moving on to face the loser of Tough versus Goof, which is what we're coming up to next after this break. So yeah, we're back into the best of 5 winners round, and it's going to be Tough versus Goof. Oh, it's going to be good.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we'll be right back, everybody, after we get set up for the next race. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Today, we have the CONDoR community, Crypt of the Necrodancer Online Racing. They have their seasonal playoffs today, so we're showcasing the matches. This is our last match of CONDoR for the day. We do have more CONDoR coming up tomorrow, so we'll be finishing off the playoffs tomorrow, but we've got one last match for you today. I'll hand it back over to our commentary here.
Thanks so much, Church. Yeah, this is going to be a banger. I am stoked for this. Even if you don't know anything about Tough and Goof, the races they've already done today, Tough had the fastest run so far and 4th fastest in the tournament. Goof had all of the shenanigans that we watched, which were highly entertaining. So I think we're in for quite the show. Both these racers are very capable of going very fast. And so I think this is going to be a heck of a match. So I'm super, super looking forward to it. So yeah, I think we can probably switch over. I mean, the stats are there. It looks like Tough did have a a good season against Goof, but it all doesn't matter now. We're down to the playoffs. So yeah, we'll get to it. Actually, Goof just finishing a run there, about a 7:30, which is pretty solid. Racers do spend a lot of time practicing. I would argue that I don't know what you think, Pants. I would argue this game isn't a game where rust builds up that much. Like, there's just a lot of muscle memory to this game.
Yeah, the more important thing is that the way the game changes out from under you, because, they're adding cool stuff and balancing things. And, like, I feel like a lot of people haven't been playing for a while because Synchrony's been, like, in beta for a while and things have been in flux. But it's released now, and things are pretty
and I think things have started to really pop off because they did do the 4.0 release and everything, and so people are starting to race a lot more. The leaderboards are not planned on being reset, so this is all for it now. Everybody's going in hard on the leaderboards and throwing down some sweet PVs, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we are underway. This is a best of 5 in our winners bracket. This is the first match in our winners bracket, round 2. Winner of this goes to what I would call the winners finals. And then the one after that's the grand finals. So yeah, this is a pretty big match. Winning here really sets you up. I think it guarantees top 3, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, win here would be really good. And yeah, we're going to see how it plays out. Right now, nothing to write home about. Just a ring of luck. That ring of luck has been changed since Synchrony. In fact, it's one of the cooler changes. It used to be
little
pretty boring.
Chests like teleport in now.
Yeah, we have the quantum chests. So based on the way you go in the level, the chests will teleport in your way. So you're more likely to find the floor chest. So there's like a superposition of all the chests. And then when you go towards them, they form in. Yeah, it's wild.
I thought it was an extra chest, just based on nothing. And I was about to say, if you could like mod in like 100 rings of luck, could your way just get completely blocked by teleporting chests? But maybe not.
That sounds like a Play Store opportunity. But yeah, it is just the one chest, but it greatly increases your chance of finding it, which is perfect. And I think makes a lot of sense for the ring of luck. It also protects you from bats. Their randomness will not random into you with a ring of luck. But yeah, we are beat for beat here coming into, is this Deep Blues? No, Coral Rift. And it's going to be a slow Coral Rift for both racer as they don't have a bomb. So even though they have a throwable, they don't have a bomb. And it's interesting to see the strategy here that we're seeing from Goof, where Goof is getting in there and killing the tentacles a little bit faster. Although I wasn't watching Tough, but Tough actually beat it faster. So what did Tough do?
I wasn't watching either.
Ah, shoot. He just went quick. And Tough's going to swap over to the Ring of Charisma. And a glass rapier in the black chest.
Hello. That pairs very badly with the heavy armor.
Well, it's not
badly,
bad.
But it just knows.
Yep. That heavy armor is not going to protect your glass. One thing that
they're both really good, but just in completely different builds.
And I think it's a new change. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're kind of stuck between two builds, which does give you an opportunity to pivot. Mm-hmm. But also something that I don't remember if this is a Synchrony change or not. I think it is. But now when you touch the glass shrine, which converts your whole build to glass, if you have heavy plate, you get heavy glass armor.
Nice.
Rather than just normal glass armor. So that's really cool.
Normal glass armor get upgraded to heavy plate? I feel like that could be a thing.
That's true. I think that is true. I'm not positive.
Does heavy glass get repaired by the glass shrine?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I feel like that should happen too. It is the case that most of the things now, the way you feel like things should happen is the way they happen in the game. It's very thoughtfully put together now, so. We're on just a base shard here for Goof, and with a lost boss flawless, Goof is going to be rocking just a base dagger into zone 3 and misses out on that freeze spell.
Ooh, that's not good.
This is really bad for Goof right now, actually.
He does have the better font, though, so he'll be fine.
Debatable. I will point out something that doesn't interact, but might be a funny thing to interact, is having both the heavy shield and the heavy armor. Like double heavy.
Every other beat, you can't move.
Yeah. You leave little stompy footprints in the ground as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, swapping over to a glass flail. That's better than a poke in the eye. Also better than a glass shard, turns out. So yeah, but it might become one, so you just gotta be a little careful. And of course, flail is not so good moving into zone 4, so...
Ooh, that ice cauldron for Goof almost really messing things up with the flail snag. It's fine.
And
though.
this is why flail is good. Just watch the Klappa, and just completely handling that unbelievable swarm for Goof. Meanwhile, though, Tough is into zone 4 and just running with a basic titanium spear. Really not much else. I mean, the freeze is going to be handy.
Well, these Klappas are so dicey with the... Fine, it's going fine, but with the flail.
Yeah,
glass
this
flail.
is where you want a flawless and a black weapon check. You do not want to take this glass flail into zone 4.
Oh, and there's the Freddy Familiar and the Ring of Gold, which is an actual anti-synergy, not just a no synergy.
That's true. You don't get any heals. Yeah, so Goof's going to want to swap off that ring ASAP. And is taking the monkeys, and they are not being friendly. That was not a friendly monkey. It moved him over one tile. Okay. They did get a heal off that
There's
one,
the heal. Perfect.
Yeah. So the Freddy Familiar, there's 4 familiars in this game, and the Freddy one, if he touches a pile of gold that's 25 or more, he'll heal you for half a heart. You like pay him for a little bit of healing. But with the Ring of Gold, it doesn't work. Just missed it again. Oh, that's a funny interaction. There. Yeah.
And it's like pretty important right now because Goof's like losing health. Purchase a random item.
There you go.
There we go. Much better. Now, like a blood shovel.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good. Yeah,
Weapon.
Electro
Wow.
Dagger, which is, I think,
That's great.
the same place where Tough got.
No!
As he picked up a drumstick. Shoot.
That's so bad.
And Goof goes down in zone 4. Just a real struggle bus of a run, unfortunately, for Goof there. Things were just not going Goof's way. And so, yeah, Goof is just going to have to... Well, I mean, Goof could start the run up again. But, I mean, Tough is looking pretty strong right now. Very safe with that armor. We'll see Tough finish this one out. Again, with that Electric Dagger, it's extra good in the late zones, especially this one, where if you're attacking on the wire, you do infinite damage. So you can just melt mini bosses, and then also it has a 2 damage arc, as opposed to a 1 damage arc normally.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and also, I mean, this zone, what you want to do always is, there you see, actually, just walk over onto the wire to make sure that Minotaur didn't sail away. But what's really nice about Zone 5 with the Arc Dagger is when you don't have an Arc Dagger, you always want to be on the wires. But with the Arc Dagger, you can actually, you can attack from anywhere. It's not a problem. Lures were being done correctly. That was actually a tough one. So the spawns that come out of the sarcophagi are actually, a little dagger bop moved Deadringer off in an awkward way, but it's all fine now.
The Necrodancer!
And the Blood Shovel is going to allow for a quick Necrodancer here, even without bombs. And yeah, it's going to just, usually you do 3 digs, but with only 2 hearts remaining, too many digs. You can see Dorian's being placed down and to the right to help prevent annoying Necrodancer interactions. Red Dragon on the field, though. Watch for that. Okay, nice little freeze, just to guarantee. But then getting frozen by the Necrodancer. You can see how you can get comboed up pretty quickly with this boss. Sometimes it's just really simple, and sometimes... Oh my! Tough taking a Minotaur hit, going down to half a heart. Optimal health on that finish there. Oh, jeez.
Just trying to stay awake. That's all. Yeah, it's kind of... It's really cool how you can play this game low percent, like just the base dagger, 1 damage, no frills. And every enemy is beatable with that. And even easy, like there's the training off on the left in the lobby where you can fight any of the enemies. Like you probably have to unlock it or something.
Oh, I think it's there. I mean, I think you don't get the enemies until you see them, but
sure, yeah.
All right, next race is starting. Here we go.
And
game 2. Tough up
each
1-0.
enemy's simple, but the combination of the swarm and pressure of moving to the beat of songs as they get faster, it's real good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that was an active part of the design. The game always needed to be beatable, low percent with all the characters, like every character. Mm-hmm. Except for maybe Coda was not planned to be low percent beaten, but of course has since been, which is just bonkers. But yeah, it's that was an active choice in this game. And also, if anyone's just getting started out and wants to watch some old videos I made, like almost a decade ago, you can watch the Necrotome. Just search the Necrotome. You should find it. And it's going to have little tutorials for every single enemy in the game. And it'll show you how to do it. We have a Freddy coming at us.
This is not...
I don't think this is going to work. And Goof does not have a weapon.
No, this won't work.
Goof, what have you done? You can get him on that spike wall. But you got to go fast. He's coming. Oh, what?
Oh.
Wait. He almost got the bats to help. Oh, Goof.
Oh, boy.
But now Goof is about a minute and a half behind Tough. Not where you want to be.
That's rough.
Oh, jeez. Well, all right. So this is a bit of a hard spot now for Goof. It's not over. I feel like because Goof was taking so long with that floor, I don't think Tough was speeding ahead. Because you can then say, okay, well, if my opponent's taking a while, I can take a little extra time to find some good items. And a nice little death metal kill. Trying to deal with this boss room, it's pretty busy. Any depth, but if the level is 3, the boss room tends to be busy. And we just got a transmute directly into a Ring of Darkness. So now Tough can continue to transmute until he's happy with the weapon. And he took a heart with a Ring of Pain.
You're not gonna like switch the hat? That just gonna take too long?
The hat might have been
2-1, so maybe I don't know the item pools and the floor numbers too well. Maybe like it's just a bad idea on 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, you could have arguably gone for the Courage Shovel, I think, in that case. But you don't want to spend too much time in there, because the more time you spend in there, the less distance you're going to have over your opponent. And opting to take the Boots of Lead over the Boots of Strength.
Interesting.
Boots of Strength are pretty strong, but Lead Boots does mean you won't die to the Ghoulems. Again, it protects from all floor hazards.
Oh, there's the Boots of... the shovel of... the pink shovel for Goof.
Oh, yeah, Goof did do a thing. Yeah. Goof is going really in on this and not finding... I would use that. Okay. Oh, Blood Rapier. It is going to be... Actually, that's really interesting. Goof knows what the ring's going to be. And a Ring of Pain is really strong with a Rapier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Infinite damage to open the barrel. All right.
Yeah, gonna grab that cheese.
That's okay.
But now Goof has to try and heal up to make that magic cheese worth
just
it.
Kill like 40 things. It's fine.
Yeah, this is awkward.
Oh, that mole just ate the trapdoor. That's rough.
Yeah, so the Ring of Pain, it causes a little ring of damage when you, after you hit an enemy around you. So Ring Pain's pretty good, and when you do a lunge, it does it the way you want it to. It'll do the Ring of Pain after you attack. It's very nice. So it's a little bit of a damage up, and it also, just kind of clears away swarms and stuff. It's almost like your Rapier attack's gonna have like a little explosion after it.
And it's piercing damage too, which is great for Blade Masters and all sorts of things.
I actually think it was nerfed for Blade Masters specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way anymore, unfortunately. They don't just melt. We got some Necrodancer lovers in chat. Yeah. Well, welcome. We are the Necrodancer Racing League, CONDoR. And yeah, happy to be here. Right now, we've got our winners round 2. So this is a best of 5 race between 2 of the greatest Necrodancer racers of all time, Tuffabo and Goof. Goof having a bit of a struggle here, did have an early death and is now trying to catch up. That is quite the swarm. Quite the 3-3 swarm there. But Goof is doing everything in his power to try and catch up as Tuff is slowly moving on through. Oh, and down goes Goof. Goof taking a death there. An update for Goof today. I guess, no, that's not entirely fair. Goof did have a pretty exciting match against BGM earlier, but has taken a few deaths. And deaths are hard to come back from unless they're really early. All right, tough swapping rings from pain to piercing.
Interesting. I think I agree, but I literally just learned now that the Ring of Pain is different and doesn't have piercing anymore, so I'm not really sure, but that seems good.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. It'll help with orcs in the next floor. I think pain is still better, but maybe it's a safety take.
And Tough has the heart, which is better with, like, he kind of has a Ring of Pain at home right now, with the piercing and the heart. You'll kill things sort of on accident with the piercing, which is exactly what you want for the orcs and blade masters.
True. All right, is Tough just getting charging up some, maybe looking for bombs? Yeah, looking for bombs. Tough currently only has 1 bomb, now 2 bombs. You want 3 for the Necrodancer fight. So since Tough's got all the time in the world, he's going to be looking around. I would take that glass shovel as well. Yeah, glass shovel. Oh, I'm going to check the back room. So sometimes you have these super secret shops. That guy back there is the dungeon master and maybe Coda's dad. The story doesn't matter. But is hanging out back there with some super cheap items. And usually they're pretty good. And this was the Big Dig, which is the shovel of strength. It digs away a lot of walls, but also gives you +1 damage. Because I guess it makes you strong when you hold it.
Yeah, it's got the barbell on it, which is not used for training to increase your strength later after, a day of rest or whatever. It makes you stronger right now. It's crazy.
It's weird how barbells work in this game, because the Torch of Strength also has a barbell, and usually those things don't make you feel stronger while you're carrying them around.
Yeah, it's actually a little known life hack that if you just put on ankle weights, you'll run faster.
That's right. All right, we're going to see lures once more. It's funny, Tough was pretty anti-lures for a long time. Famously so, actually. We don't need to get into that. But yeah, going to do a lure here. It's a nice, safe Dead Ringer kill and get me onto the Necrodancer. Yeah, some people in chat who played this game and figured out just how hard it is. It is a really hard game. It really is. But I have to say that it is a rewarding game. It's one that once you start to see the Matrix code a little bit, it's so fun to play. And I've definitely put way more hours in this game than any other game. It's got such variety. There's always fun, interesting things that can happen. And then, of course, there's just a million different ways to play it. All the different modes, all the different characters. Pretty awesome. All right, Tough's gonna take game 2.
The stuff you're saying about the weekly is stuff that I have never heard in any characters, or like completely new stuff. That sounds super cool.
Yeah, the weekly is awesome. So every week on a Tuesday, it swaps over to a new set of mods, and the modding community is excellent. And they've made like brand new characters that are fully cool and interesting. Some of whom have been featured here, but there was also the bomb mod that was cool, the current chaos mod, which is really fun. So it's pretty great. All right, this next match is underway. Here we go with an early blood shop. That is Welsh, yes. Tuffwifo is Welsh. Yeah, it's there's all the languages in this game, which is, I guess, pretty good. Nice that they have that sort of accessibility. Week 2's character, is that the one that does the backstab attack? That was a pretty cool one. Oh, that's gotta be a potion there with those spiked walls. But does it break your shield when you attack the spiked walls? I think it does.
Ooh, nasty.
So I feel like that's what Tuff's doing right now, because otherwise you would just dig it open for the half heart. But I think it actually does break your shield. And actually, I wonder if I just saw Goof do that. I don't remember if Goof had the shield or not, but now they both have the potion.
Can you blood drum to not have that happen? Probably not.
That's a great question. I honestly don't know. Varitia, yeah, that's the name. That character was cool. It was actually a little bit like Miku. Actually, you dove through, and hey, speaking of which, there's the torch of strength.
Nice.
You're stronger for carrying this dumbbell. Right. Nixel saying that Necrodancer has more hours in the Steam library than the next 5 games combined. I fell down the cookie clicker hole. That's not true for me. But if you don't count cookie clicker, then yeah. Yeah. The lightweight is another term we have for the torch of strength.
Oh, that's
a
good.
Light. And it's a weight. It's a lightweight. All right, so titanium crossbow. We've seen a few crossbows today. Crossbows are rare because they're rare, but also because they're not great. So people don't pick them up too often. They're kind of funny. You have to reload them. They only have 3 shots, but they do have 4 range, which can be good. Tuff's going to be swapping away for a blood spear at this blood shrine. So the blood shrine drops your health to half a heart, but gives you a blood weapon and a blood shovel. And when you bomb it,
dear.
Goof bombing himself and costing him his potion. So just
planning
a couple
on
unforced
digging
errors
through the wall, but the wall mimic was, it was visible, and then the mole was coming, and it's just like, oh, both of my avenues got cut off.
Yeah, it didn't have an escape path. So unfortunately, Goof is just a little behind build-wise and about a floor behind geography-wise. A double fireball kill on full rip. We'll be checking probably the black chest.
Oh, the shove monster reversing the berserk spell? That's amazing.
Oh, berserk
Wow.
spell. Never change.
That shove monster just cost 40 beats, maybe?
Yeah,
I
that
guess
was a
there's
lot.
this hole there.
That was
Going
a
back.
tough
Okay.
vacation. A tough one on there. Yeah, and now Goof's fully caught up and actually has a better...
That's so funny.
There. Yeah. Goof actually has the better build now. Just like that. Checking that black chest, getting an obsidian cat.
Oh, dang,
with
yeah.
a +1. Yeah, this is pretty solid. And with that tough vacation, I feel like Goof actually has kind of the advantage here. We're going to take darkness and immediately... Yeah, it's a darkness conjure shop right there.
Whoa.
Now, how much time do you spend in this darkness conjure shop is the question. Goof might spend too much time in it. Okay, Boots of Ballet, that's a pretty solid pickup. Those are going to allow obsidian weapons to be a lot safer.
And what ring do you want here? Regen?
Catapult.
Regen's already gone, right?
Piercing is good.
Piercing, it seems good. Oh, pieces, good too.
Through clenched teeth. Pieces. Yeah. So you can see how much time that cost. Tuff is ahead and actually just went straight for weapon and wound up with the Arc Dagger, one of the best weapons in the game. What we haven't talked about really, the throw. Ah, yes, the zone 4 throws that these racers are so good at. But yeah, what I was going to say
For that cookie trap.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to blow you onto the... I don't think it actually will.
Cadence? Wait, why not?
Oh, wait, no, it totally would. Yeah.
It blew north, so like if you're thinking about the shield or something, then no.
You're right. Berserk spell is a new spell, and it lets you'd see that sort of red smear that Tough just turned into. It lets you just kind of plow ahead. You cannot take damage during it. Every beat, you move forward a beat, and you do, I think, infinite damage in the direction you're moving. But you just keep moving until you hit a wall or a shield.
You're basically a Minotaur.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Which is got its uses, for sure. But look at how close we are. Goof is definitely gaining. I think the cat has a lot to do with it. Goof's going to be heading down in a second. That was a very fast death metal for Tough. Yeah. Probably blood drummed.
No, it was a Berserk spell.
Oh, very good.
And like did they want an item? Probably not, but they did not have a choice because Berserk spell sent them right into the stairs.
Love that. All right. Yep. So, the health situation is not great for Goof right now, but I definitely want to see Goof take a win here. I mean, if Tough wins, that's it for the set. That's it for today. No more racing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we definitely, go Goof. Send your energy, quick. But yeah, it is close. But Goof is at half a heart, which is scary, and also on sunglasses, which does lead to death sometimes. Hard to see what's going on. Well, Goof's going to peek this shop because there's a blast helm in it, and that's not going to matter bomb wise. Both racers have enough bombs, but the blast helm is a little bit of safety. We're seeing some Berserk shenanigans there from...
Yeah, what?
I think went Berserk immediately into a blood drum for the kill. Mm-hmm. And we're going to see a cat strat. Nice. That's another strat. There's according to Pants, there's probably like 15 different Dead Ringer strategies. But there's actually probably about 5 that are the usual ones that people use. Not too many people use the telecrown strat or the boots of lunging.
That one's probably been fixed.
Maybe. What is happening? What is Goof doing? Oh, he's waiting out the... What are you doing? Oh, he's just waiting. GG. So Tough, continues his dominance. A 3-0 on DT, a 3-0 on Goof. Tough is dominating right now and making his way to... He's the only person who hasn't lost in this tournament, like a game. And is, moving on to the semifinals. Tough is guaranteed top 3. Coming off of winning last season. Tough is looking very ferocious. But that's going to be it for the racing today. Tomorrow we'll be featuring Spooty Biscuit and Tang to start. And then we're just playing out the rest of the bracket. We're going to have our losers rounds. We're going to have our winners finals. And then our grand finals with a potential bracket reset. So very exciting times. Pants, thanks so much for coming and co-hosting with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure to have you, of course. And we'll see you in the old chat tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And as we've got Tally and Rat to finish out as my co-hosts for tomorrow, it's going to be a good time.
Fun.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, everybody. And before you go, I do want to do some quick, just like, hey, do you like Necrodancer? Come hang out with us. We've got all the fun and games here on CONDoR. And you can just hang out in the CONDoR community. I don't think I can post a link without getting dominated by the mod there, but it's discord.condor.live. And if you want to go there, that'll get you to our Discord. And check that out. That's gonna be where a lot of our announcements are for upcoming tournaments. And we do usually do these seasons like 1 or 2 a year, and then we have smaller events coming up. And we do have a few planned events that we haven't fully announced, but we're going to be probably looking at a Miku event coming up, and we're hoping for a PuzzDoor, which is the level design tournament.
Really exciting.
And we will definitely be doing a conduit as well. I think a conduit's really valuable. Conduit is the Crypt of the Necrodancer Universal Invite Tournament. And what that means is that anybody is allowed to But it really is. It's our rookie league. So if you're just wanting to get into racing or just getting started, or if you were someone, we had a few new people joining this season, and you want to do some smaller tournaments against people of similar skills, Conduit is wonderful for that. And if you win Conduit, you're too good for Conduit and you get banned, which is delightful. We have done, I think, like 56 Conduits so far. It's a monthly tournament usually. So we'll definitely have some Conduit tournaments for people who are new to the game. And I will say that even though high-end racing is very exciting and fun to watch, low-end racing, chef's kiss. Good time. It really is. It works both sides, whether it's real fast or real chaotic. It's all a good time. So definitely check out Conduit too. All of that stuff's going to be happening in that that CONDoR.live. No, our Twitch is twitch.tv slash CONDoR_live. So you can check it out there, or just go to our CONDoR Live website, and that's got all the links you need there. And yeah, not everybody. It's kind of tongue in cheek called Universal Invite Tournament.
Everybody's invited until they're not. Until they're too good.
That's right. Yeah, until you're too good. Being in the CONDoR season finals will eliminate you from Conduit. So all these racers you're watching right now, you will not have to race against if you do join Conduit.
Yeah, if you're intimidated by these like 7-minute casual times, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, Conduit's going to be your like 12 to 15 minute range is kind of where we're looking, but sometimes you get those wonderful double deaths. Anyways, I could go on. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks to GDQ, everybody. Church, thank you, Ray, for having us. And we super look forward to tomorrow, which is going to be some excellent matches with our top 6 racers. So, yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, and I do want to give a quick shout out to the rest of the CONDoR staff because they're working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure everything runs smoothly. So thank you to them.
Yeah, and huge shout outs to everybody who raced today and will be racing again tomorrow. And yeah, thank you all so much for, putting all of this on behind the scenes in the background. Awesome to have y'all on. The CONDoR is really awesome to watch.
Good to hear.
Again, I just want to reiterate: if you are interested in what you are seeing, you can join the community. You don't need to be as good as the people you're seeing. You can just join. It's such a welcoming community. So don't.
And I will say we also have a bot where you can just race against whoever. So if it's you and your friend want to try racing, we have a bot set up so you can just try it out on your own.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you're at all interested, just join. Just give it a try. Maybe it's your thing, maybe it's not, but you won't know until you try it.
True.
And yeah, so that is all the CONDoR we have for you today. We'll see y'all again tomorrow. Hotfix isn't over tonight, though. We do have more content coming up. We're going to be taking a break here, and then we're going to be coming back with some Souls-like games for the rest of the evening. We're going to be starting with Bloodborne, and yeah, we'll see y'all in just a few minutes, everybody. Thanks again, everybody at CONDoR.